What?
Use the Force in general.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so welcome to Star Wars. We're back to episode 84, or season 6, episode 12. It is 7 days since you saved the hut. I'm sure that will go down well in the long-term part of the storyline, how you saved a hut.
What could go wrong?
Well, it would have been worse if you didn't save him.
Well, yes.
That would have been a mistake that you wouldn't have been able to fix.
Absolutely everything went wrong. Except we did come out with 3 crate dragons and a hut, so that's good.
We didn't die?
You didn't die is always a good
We
thing.
did. I went unconscious, but I didn't faceplant thanks to Khaled, who did a Buzz Lightyear move.
But
And I said that I would nominate him for the Buzz Lightyear award.
But we didn't die, so tick.
Martin said he'd consider it.
Okay, so at the table today we have Mike.
Hello, I play Brum Brum Crash, a Gungan ace pilot, speed racer, ship racer, general racer, from the Panorama Mountain Raceway of Naboo. I'm 2.2 meters tall with a pink and purple mohawk.
So we even have a bunch of miniatures on the table. I'm sure that's not scary again.
No.
Not at all.
Next at the table today we have his Peter.
Greetings. I'm playing Sergeant Garm Von Jewel, human quartermaster of the rebellion.
And soon to gain some gunnery skill.
Yes. My most effective tactic is to hide in the ship behind a really big gun and let the ablative armor actually fight the bad guys.
To be fair, it's a pretty effective manoeuvre. One I wish I'd tried myself.
It's been good up to now.
Because throwing yourself up in the air in Beskar to be shot out so that the rest of your team can run to the ship might be kind of effective, but also ultimately painful when you hit the ground after you get knocked out.
Okay, also at the table today we have Ariadna.
They are true striker, talon of the clan, at least for now. I don't think I've made any serious enough mistakes to be demoted, but who knows. I've always got this session to look forward to. I have my 2 cats. Are they with us right now?
Technically they are,
Yep.
yes.
So I have my 2 lost cats with me, Iggy and Quill, and my faithful MT-70, partly repaired, which I have to bring to Khaled to get fully repaired. I think that covers me.
Okay, online today we have Ross.
Yes, I play Carlin, the gadgeteer, techno freak, cybernetic enforcer of the group. Is quite happy that this time his armor did help him instead of getting shot to pieces like last time when he tried it against some set of stormtroopers. Also, actually, is fairly happy that he did help to save the hut because he could use that as a advantage at a later stage, dealing with illegal scum.
The advantage is you're not wanted for crimes against hut space.
Yeah, that too. And also I wouldn't want to piss off Java either.
Well, he may not care as much about one of his nephews as he could. Okay, also online today we have Kesley.
Hello, I am playing kind of Keyfoge, martial artist, Mandalorian, clan security, did not get knocked out. Good job, me. So I was playing defensive at first, and then I got a big gun and was pointing pew pew pew. Yeah, no, that was a good time, and maybe Kaya has learned her lesson about not getting into duels when she's obviously outmatched and unarmed.
I'm sure she never thinks she's outmatched.
Definitely.
Now the issue is, will she be outmatched next time?
Let's hope not, because I don't intend on dueling Thrawn.
No one intends until it happens.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so after your week in recovery, Sinestro has a job offer to help with relations with the Hutts.
As in, relations with Mandalorians? Or rebels and Hutts?
a bit of both.
Bit of both? Yeah.
Because he is basically going to throw in a monetary reward for claiming of a bounty causing problems in their space lanes. So the lanes the rebels have just gotten access to has a pirate preying on people, including Hutts.
Okay.
So that pirate's got a death wish.
Yeah.
Well, he's not in Hutt space, he's just outside Hutt space. And he doesn't he doesn't prey on Black Sun or any of Jabba's specific shipments. He avoids those, but he's happy to prey on lesser Hutts and everyone else. But it is hard to say, hey, we're blah, because he must have some inside track into some of the criminal organizations to know which ships not to blow up.
So he blows them up?
He kills everyone.
That's antisocial.
And the only reason they know he's done it is there's normally some salvageable material from one or two ships left over from some of his attacks.
So he leaves salvage behind?
Not intentionally. But when you blow a ship up, you don't always get to salvage all the pieces.
So is this piracy or revenge?
It's assumed piracy. But he may also loot the ship, then blow it up. But finding anyone who can actually finger him has been rather difficult. They give him the name of Bandin Dobar.
Where did this name come from?
He is sitting on the northern side of Hutt's base in the Outer Rim, not far from Kessel.
Yeah. Where did the name come from?
They have had his ship identified from the salvage that they have recovered.
Okay.
Okay, so do they know what ship he is actually using?
He does use Thai Uglies.
Sorry, what?
Thai Uglies.
Thai Uglies?
Mm-hmm.
A
Frankenstein ships.
A TIE fighter combined with other older ships, such as Y-Wings or...
So it's like an amalgam or a... Which is why they call it an ugly. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So his ships are all from ships that have technically been scrapped.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not registered anywhere as owned. And once they've been scrapped and sent to the scrapyards, it's hard to track what happens to them after that. Jawas have a good way of capturing scrap and on-selling it to other people.
Scrap
Mm-hmm.
all the engines out of your bike or whatever it is that you've got that they happen to have found parked next to a dark enough alleyway or in a dark enough patch of the street
Oh, they just pay the right person. It doesn't have to be dark.
Yeah, to be honest, they could probably just...
They may even have the local policing stand guard while they take the item. Hey,
I reckon if I come out and I find them doing that to my land speeder or whatever it is, regardless of the policeman, I'm going to start doing target practice.
Yeah.
Don't tie uglies basically have a short range?
No, they have as long a range as whoever built them to have, and no two tie uglies are the same.
Yeah.
TIE ugly?
Yes, it's where someone takes a scrapped TIE fighter and bolts on aftermarket mods from other vehicles, such as crossing a TIE fighter and a Y-wing.
Or an X-wing?
No, it's not. No X-wings at this stage because the X-wings
no,
are
actually, no, I'm getting
only in
confused.
prototype.
That was it, the Z... Whatever, the one before it.
The Z95, yes, and Y-wings are the most used, but they do many other ships.
I thought you were going to say because X-Wings are sacred in canon and nobody... Nobody...
In a couple of years there will be enough X-wings around for them to be scrapped.
A
But
W-wing.
at the moment, X-wings are only in prototype stage, and there's no actual production models in play.
Yeah, no. It's
You're too early in the setting.
Yep. As seen in Lego.
Because did you say Mandalorian's about, like, the TV series about 10 or 15 years in front of us?
Yep.
So we'll
About
be
15 years at this stage.
old warriors by the time they're running around.
Mm-hmm.
If we're alive.
If we're alive. Have the weapons of your ship or the ship been upgraded?
Not yet.
Yeah, could we?
We haven't
Our
done any
ship.
modding yet.
We haven't done any modding, but
No.
I sort of spent last week in Sydney, so I haven't gone and done all those changes yet.
Yeah.
They've still got to fix the ship section of the site to work properly. Now I've noticed it's broken the character side. I may have to fix that first.
So Martin has received my extensive wish list of fantasies, which is similar to devices like seen on Andor, where Luther Rail fires off scrap to stop a slow motion holding device. That's it, from working. To the double laser thing that shoots out of his vehicle, to everything from ion cannons, which is our most likely and front favourite, because an ion cannon will at least take out everything in front of us or wherever we've got it pointed.
Pintle mounted, nice.
Yeah.
The other reason I ask is because this sounds like it might end up being a fairly hefty space battle.
Yeah.
So having better guns would be great.
It would be. But I think we just need to work within what we've got right now. It's not horrible.
Okay, so we'll need to roll 5 white dice. I'm sure Mike can do that for everyone.
Do you want to do the 5 white dice?
Yeah.
You're all good?
Yeah. Peter, I would probably suggest you take the pilot specialisation.
How many black is that?
Oh, you're fired. Can I do a re-roll?
No.
Oh,
So
come
that's
on.
4 black and 1 white.
I'll make your coffee and give you a cookie.
So
That's
let's roll.
hilarious.
Yeah. You're definitely fired from doing the frontline roll.
Well, it sort of says how he's rolling today.
I just want to... I'm just curious now.
Hey, he didn't do all black. He came close.
Off your game today.
Oh, I did a little bit better. 3 and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit better. Not great.
3 versus 1 is a lot better.
Yeah, 3 and 3 would be nicer. Actually, if there's only 5 of them, 3 and 3, would that equal 3 and 2 black because the white turned up?
What's that?
So when I rolled 5 dice,
Yeah.
I got 2 white on one dice, a white on another dice, and then 3 black.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
we
yeah,
get
3 and 3.
5 you get 5 story points.
Mhm.
Do you get 6 story points at that stage?
Yes, you get as many story points as dots.
As you roll up on the thing. So
You could technically get 2 per dice or 1 per dice.
So theoretically, with 5 dice, you could get 10 white
Yep.
ones. Were you using the Force?
Yep.
Or you could get 10 black ones.
Yep.
I like to try and keep on the optimistic, positive side of life, just because my real life is
I'm a realist.
such a
There's so many black dice involved. It's not.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so they are basically offering a 10k upgrade to your ship if you can, which they will install, bring in the pirate.
Alive or dead?
The hut doesn't care.
Dead it is.
I give a look over to Brum Brum, and the look kind of says, with your mechanical and computer knowledge, but particularly mechanical knowledge, is a 10k upgrade a good upgrade or a really cheap ass, they should be offering us better, I should negotiate this? Or Garm, more particularly.
Well, you'd be getting specialist upgrade that you probably wouldn't get from purchasing yourself.
Okay. So
You don't have to hunt for this upgrade, the hut will get it installed.
So on scale of deals, it's a really good deal. Okay.
And the other thing that he does state is there is a Imperial Governor called Moth Drool out of Kessel, who may also be willing to offer some bounty based on collecting of this guy.
Who's this guy? Sorry, I was patching.
The administrator of Kessel.
So we are being asked to catch him. What is he said to have done?
He has been pirating the hut lanes out of hut space to the edge of the galaxy.
Does Garm have any rebel knowledge that this guy might actually be pirating on behalf of the rebels?
They tend to play their cards very close to their chest. I can check.
But most rebels who pirate don't kill all witnesses.
Okay, so he's a proper pirate.
This guy is basically murder-hovering everybody that's not in the big league.
As I said, unfortunately, I was out of the room, so I didn't hear the intro. It sounds like we should probably try and get all the money from everyone.
Oh yeah, if you get paid twice. Definitely.
I would particularly like to get as much money out of the Imperials as I can.
Yep.
More like guidelines.
No one's got an active bounty hunter license. That's the only issue.
Technically, some of you still do.
I think I do still. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm still officially, and I think Kessling might be too.
And because it's still an active license, most people don't ask questions when you hand in a bounty they want.
Yeah, true.
I think Khalid might also have an active bounty.
Yeah, but I thought when we all got...
No, that was rangers, not bounty hunters.
And that doesn't matter what it is when you get incarcerated. But the thing is, Wookiee bounty hunters, as long as they're turning in a bounty, they turn away from the fact that Wookiees cannot operate without being enslaved.
Oh, dude.
So, in the Imperial eye, a Wookiee is always a property. Unless, of course, they're bringing in a bounty, in which case they pay them and ask them to be on their way. So it is a interesting turn of events when bounty hunters can exceed the rules as far as standard citizens go.
So how do we contact this Moff?
He's not a title. His title is governor, but his name is MOFF, I believe.
Okay, so his name just happens to be Moff, like Moff Gideon.
Yeah.
But he is Governor Moff, and I cannot remember the last name.
Drool.
Drool as in DROOL, my dog?
No, as in a really weird spelling of drool.
Okay.
Trying to look it up quickly for you.
Yeah,
but-
no, that's okay.
Probably
Take your time.
DRULE.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Sounds.
I'll spell it phonetically. I don't need to write him letters, so I'm good.
So his first name is Moruth,
Morith.
and
Yeah, that's quite
it is
different.
Dull, not Drool. Doole. I keep forgetting because his characterization in the Star Wars Legends is
Oh.
rather bad.
You talk really fast for me. It's Moreth,
Moruth.
Uth, Moruth, like Moruth actually. Moruth.
And Dual as Doole.
D-O-O.
I always keep adding an R when I think of him.
Oh, okay, like kind of like an Irish sort of duel.
Yes, a non-human administrator of the
English.
Spice Mines of Kessel.
Okay, that's under it. So,
Why would they send a human to a death world?
So before I sit
Yeah.
down, do you want coffee?
Yes, please. Could I have something else to
You
eat too,
can't
please?
have coffee. Do you want meal? Because
Meal would
there's
be good.
some more of that macaroni
I
thing
would
that I
really
made.
like that.
Do you guys want a hot drink?
I might go a hot chocolate.
Yep.
For something completely different.
Do you have a preferred flavour or just straight hot chocolate?
Just regular.
Okay.
Okay, so
You're good?
Yeah, thanks.
I
the
do have energy drinks in the fridge if you...
Oh, I put one in there. I'm good if I need one.
the hut you have saved is basically offered this to your group as a way of being able to say how he's helping the Space Marines. They increase his own prestige in the area.
Yes. Make him look
And-
good. It look good to Jabba.
And to make the arrangement with Jabba far more appealing on the hut side. The more that you make the hut's life better, the longer the huts are going to maintain the peace.
let me guess, his ships are also being targeted as well.
Jabba's ships are not being targeted.
No, not Jabba's, the nephews.
Actually, his ships don't go that way.
Okay.
His ships are normally inner rim, not outer rim. But he's looking at getting favour amongst other clans. Playing the politics of the huts.
That's understandable. We go, yep, see, look what I did. I got these guys to get rid of this pirate menace.
And you're not the first bounty hunter sent to deal with him. Every other bounty hunter who's been sent to deal with him have not been heard from since.
Have their pieces of their ships been found?
That's where they got some of the recording from.
It's like
Did you hear that, Ariadna?
No, sorry.
Important safety tip here.
What's the important safety tip?
Other bounty hunters have been sent after this this bad guy, and bits of their ship have been found.
Okay, so I'll take my gun off stun, right? Dead or alive, this guy.
But doesn't care either way.
Okay, so blaster off stun.
Yeah, I said dead, but hey, who knows?
And
If I could, hand over hidden lightsaber, but I can't. Because Martin won't talk to me about progressing it. Because he likes torturing his wife.
Yeah, but I think they would like the body, but they see it's all burnt up, like everything's cauterized from some type of blade. Might be a bit suspicious.
also recording the event does help you. Most Mandalorian helmets can record what they see.
spontaneous head separation from body.
Yeah, but if you do it fast
Body cam
enough,
footage.
put it down to
Yeah.
mono. Is it mono wire? No, that's Shadowrun.
You can use it here as well.
Yeah.
Monoway is all the Shadowrun stuff works in this setting.
I'll
We
just
have,
tell them I've got a particularly strong mono knife.
We have a computer expert. I can alter the footage.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Except Martin will give you a lightsaber and then not let you use
And then
it.
you never get to use it.
What's up?
Or you get to use it while you're not there.
Yes, that's true.
Or its batteries flat.
Okay, the link that you have had from Sinestu is to go to the Formos spaceport on the edge of Hutt space. And it's part of the network of hyperlanes that have been specifically given to the Rebellion. So it's something you guys also want to keep
Yes.
free.
We've alerted the rebellion about the agreement.
They have, they're happy to get it, but they're also hesitant to use it while there's a pirate in the area.
Yep.
Because even if the pirate doesn't attack them, he may sell what they're doing.
Yes. Sell information. So they're obviously happy for us to do this.
They're asking if you need to requisition any supplies to help.
Big guns. Something we could strap to the ship that does more damage than the pathetic weapons that we've got now would be good.
Well, the weapons you have are good against fighters.
Some fuel for the ship would
Are
probably
they
be
though?
handy.
Yes.
Because they weren't in the battle.
They did actually take out, they one-shot all the airspeeders, and they damaged the starfighter. And if you can damage and make someone back down, then basically that's a very good outcome for you, because best case you can claim their vehicles. Worst case, you have to blow up their vehicle. Two shots is all it would take for you to take out any TIE fighter. Normally you can one-shot some of these things if you do well, but not guaranteed to do well.
So what's the next step up from the weapons that we've got?
You can put on a quad cannon.
Oh, quad cannon.
Yeah. So a quad cannon is what the Millennium Falcon has.
Yep. I don't know if that's overkill, is it?
But that is a anti-starfighter weapon. And likely to get you questioned at any port you land in.
Yeah, ships are like us. Ships. I'm assuming there are what would be considered your normal merchanty type self-defense weapon, and then there's the like full-on military style weapon.
So the weapon on your ship is a commercial grade blaster, and you can upgrade that to military.
Is it obvious that it would be military?
Wouldn't take much to find out.
Okay, but they'd effectively have to board the ship to...
Or scan it while it's powered up.
Ah, okay. Scan it while it's powered up. Yep. Okay, fair enough.
But of course, if they're shooting you at the time, you're not going to care.
No.
They would probably find out quite quickly.
Yeah. Okay.
As long as the person using it has gunnery.
I'm hoping my character improving in that regard, but...
Okay, the HUTs have linked in your nav computer to their hyperlane network. So any system you jump into that is controlled by the HUTs automatically updates your nav computer.
Very nice of them. Thank you.
Well, that's part of their deal.
It's a really good upgrade.
Otherwise, getting their hyperlanes meaningless. It's like if you had part of the Empire's network, all the major hyperlane routes would automatically update every time you enter an Imperial controlled system. So for the purposes of navigation, it is a easy check to fly from Null Harbor to Florence,
Okay.
which our Gungan pilot can calculate.
So an investigation check. 4 yellow, 2 green.
In comparison, I believe it would be two red, 2 purple, and 2 black to do the check if you weren't up, if your system had gone out of date.
So
Just 1 purple.
Oh, 1 purple.
That's basically the standard jump to when you're not familiar from start point and end point.
Blanky boys, and the rest is double Dutch.
Okay, so it looks as if you've got lots of successes there. So, looking at it, you are about a day out of foremost at your current speed. I believe Ariadne's turned our light on and off.
Which light did I turn on?
This one.
Ah, okay, so I've screwed that up too. Sorry. A support worker's hitting my favourite car.
So, accept a job to go to foremost. So on day 66, you're arriving in foremost on the edge of hut space. Mm-hmm. So what your system tells you is foremost is a forbidding world with few inhabitants. The climate is arid and much of the world is forbidding, rocky desert shrouding by dusty, dark clouds.
Why am I imagining a space tumbleweed?
Iran.
I'm sure many space tumbleweeds going past, and instead of the deserty color, you've got a black color instead.
Yeah.
And the main selling point of coming to Foremost is it's a junction of busy hyperspace routes. And the other reason people live there is it's a major stopping point.
Like a trade hub. Okay.
This is most gas stations in America on the highway system.
Very much like a trade hub without actually having trade.
Yeah.
So people buy fuel here, and anything they sell is simply because someone's desperate enough to buy it. Trying to buy anything other than fuel, very difficult.
Or very iffy. Hey, buy my sushi. What?
Not iffy, just if you buy it, it obviously belongs to someone who no longer needs it. So it does have a breathable atmosphere and standard gravity, but no one really recommends going without a breath mask, as there is no organic life on the planet that is native. And they even import their water. So the world actually is a terrestrial world that has no water.
And yet it has breathable air. That seems weird.
They believed it was once had life on it, but whatever happened long enough ago in the past destroyed the ecosystem of the planet and it hasn't recovered. Notes in there do say that it may have been a hyperspace disaster at some point.
Hyperspace disaster.
It could have been, or it could have had the planet irradiated.
How does that work?
Something blows up and completely covers the planet, coming out at super speed. The only settlement on the planet is a what they call a hard scrabble spaceport, with reputation for shady deals and rough customers. It's even got a lower rating than Tatooine. It does note that the majority of species there are human, not by choice. And it is the starting point of the Kessel Run. So majority of making the place breathable and livable is because This is a major junction wall.
As soon as you said that the pirate was operating not far from Kessel, I was like, I wonder if there's going to be mention of the Kessel Run. So, this makes
I was
sense.
trying to remember how many parsecs we need to do it in.
I'm sure you can side cut it so you're not actually following the path. It does have a note on the Kessel Run.
Did you say side cut it, Martin?
Yes, that's what Han Solo does to reduce it.
Oh, I see.
Notations on the Kessel Run says it skirts around black hole clusters.
That's not scary.
So going off path is to risk not coming back.
Do I have them all? Deliver coffee? I don't give good tips, but...
And this world is considered a Imperial controlled world as it's outside of Hutt space. Thank you. Okay, as you're heading into Foremost, you can get a scan of the services that the spaceport provides. It's a long, extensive list of one line. Fuel. They don't do repairs, they don't do maintenance, they don't do any form of sanitation, cleaning, they just provide fuel.
I assume they sell gas masks?
They do not.
They don't?
No.
So
It's recommended, but
it's a thing you need, but they don't sell them.
they don't.
That seems like a bit of a hole in the old sales strategy.
A market opportunity.
Yeah, market opportunity.
I'm sure you can ask the local Imperial vendor, who I'm sure doesn't mark it up too much.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
98% is not too much.
Yeah, I mean, if you need one, you need one, don't you?
100% would be too much. 98.
Okay, and they note down that docking and refueling is 5 credits per silhouette of your ship, which is exceedingly cheap.
A silhouette.
Yeah. So your ship is a silhouette 4 ship,
Oh.
so that makes it 20 credits a day.
I suppose I can introduce you to drink a mini coffee.
I think you could do that quite easily.
Just a bit of leftover.
They are more than happy to upgrade you to a hangar where you can work on the ship yourself, providing you have tools. And the hangar guarantees a atmosphere, which starts at 50 credits per silhouette of ship, going up to a silhouette 5 ship. They can't cater for bigger ships.
And that's how they get ya.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
And currently they have 2 out of 5 of those available for use. The landing authorization is listed as find a space land there.
Fair enough.
What was that last thing you said?
The landing authorization is listed as find a space land there.
Ah.
If you hit something, words will be had with the local Imperial governor.
Foil covers.
It's got food.
Always a little bit.
Now, just to confirm, the local Imperial governor isn't that Morith Dussel.
No, he's the governor of Kessel.
Kessel. Yep, okay.
But you do see listed on the planet is Imperial Army Barracks, where the governor is based,
Okay.
and the Rye Jenks Cantina. The only two places of note on the planet besides crappy housing and more crappy housing. And as far as the crappy housing goes, it's whoever can control the place gets to live there.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, do we want to park somewhere that's got atmosphere?
Yes.
Sure.
So we're prepared to pay the extra 50 credits
Yep.
Yes.
per silhouette?
Wouldn't it be 200 credits because our
Yeah.
silhouette is
Yep.
still
Per
at
silhouette
4
per day?
per day?
So it goes from like, what was it, 8 credits to like,
it was 5
20.
credits, which
Five,
would
so 20.
take it up to 20 to 200.
so 200.
Yeah, from 20 to 200 per day.
I presume the ones in atmosphere are closer.
They're the furthest from the city.
Oh, they're the furthest from the city.
Because if something were to go wrong, it's not going to harm the city or the governor.
I see.
I suppose it's.
So, oh, sorry.
I was going to say, I suppose the good old saying of it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Well, I had a thought along the lines of, would we rather be closer so that when we get the guy we're getting at, it's our ship is like right there, but I don't know what the consequences of that would be in terms of atmosphere versus all the other things I only partially heard because I had a machine and a microwave going off in one ear.
We could just weekend at Bernie's him and just put a pair of sunglasses on his head and someone walk behind him and wave.
Well, we should have a Mark hopefully join us a bit later, but no guarantee. I just checked the message from him.
Cool.
I don't mind spending credits on atmosphere if it works out better for us, but I don't understand the difference between atmosphere versus the other options.
One option is out in the open, and the other option is closed away for chance to work on it out of sight.
I'm pretty sure we want to be out of sight where we can.
Yep.
Would that be correct?
Yep.
So that option,
Yep.
whatever it costs.
So 200 credits a day.
Does anyone disagree? I'm
No.
happy if you do.
I'm okay with this plan. I feel like it is safer. There is potential that would then mark us as people who have money, but that sounds like a later problem. So, yeah.
Look, we're getting paid in 10 grand worth of parts, right?
Yeah.
I'll invest.
That's what I mean. I was like, I feel like it is worth the risk to just go ahead and do the 200 credit option. It's safer.
Yep.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
it's just better.
All the things.
So, you have no problems arranging that while coming down for landing. You see there's about 30 odd freighters of various sizes, a couple of them resembling yours on the landing field. Most of them are Corellian freighters. There's one Imperial shuttle on the landing field.
I know Carillion freighters is a familiar term.
So,
I don't know.
Corellian freighters are like the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Saucer-like ships with similar positioned cockpits, sometimes in the middle, sometimes on the other side, sometimes above, sometimes below,
Oh, I'm good. Thank you.
depending on where they decided to put it for that model.
You had me at similar to Millennium Falcon.
And the one Imperial shuttle does stand out because you can see either side of it 2 stormtroopers. So 4 stormtroopers in total.
Did you say 4 stormtroopers?
In total, yes, 2 either side of it.
Okay.
So this is going to sound like a silly question, but we're here to refuel.
This is the only link they had to where the pirate has got connections.
And
But
was Maru's jewel on this planet?
No, he was on the other end of the Kessel Run.
Okay, so he's all the way over at us. So we're kind of starting here to kind of suss out information and try to find out what we can about Bandit Doar.
That is correct.
And then we
Got
can
it.
do the Kessel Run.
As soon as you set foot on the planet, you're instantly struck by the state of parched atmosphere of Formos. The air is breathable, but desiccated despite the cool climate. Most species begin to feel thirsty short after landing on the planet, and those used to life on human worlds soon feel dehydrated and uncomfortable. You notice that species with an aquatic heritage such as Aqualish, Mon Calamari, and Herglake are notably absent from those who make a home here. Thankfully, water sellers are a common sight patrolling the streets and docks, though prices they advertise would be considerably exorbitant on most habitable worlds. So they are charging more for a bottle of water than standard docking fee.
Expensive elote man.
Like Sydney New Year's Eve.
We have our own.
never done it.
You can bring
Yeah.
your own water
Yeah.
canisters with you.
Oh, yeah, I'm bringing my own water. I'm not paying exorbitant, useless fees.
So
Yeah.
And with the hangar that you've landed in, it has a couple of security keys issued to you and a set of droids that are there to provide maintenance and security to the hangar.
Is this where those droids start having funny run-ins with Carla's droids?
Possibly.
Oh, come on. We need to hear some of this.
I can just imagine like two pit droids just arguing with each other in droid language.
Do you
Be funny.
mean like the old, Larry, Curly, and Moe type?
Yeah, just hardcore, just all slapstick comedy. Just people.
Thank you.
Is that okay?
That's okay.
Poppy sticks would be really like. It was in Costco. I have low resistance.
Okay, you're also being provided with a speeder to get you from the hangar to the city.
That's actually really cool. Is that included in our 200 credits?
But it appears to be included in your 200 credits.
Good deal.
Honestly, this is sounding more and more like a deal.
Yeah.
So,
I'm pretty sure there's going to be a catch. But for now, I'm blissfully ignorant of that.
You believe the catch is if you ever get a wanted trigger while you're in town, the building will lock down and you can't get in.
so don't make enemies.
Give me my helmet.
The catch will be that we have to make sure it's filled with fuel before we give it back.
yes, very much so.
Okay. So you have no problem shuttling across, as it is a droid-controlled transport, much to Brum Brum Crash's annoyance.
How rude.
A question: who's paying this 200 credits a day?
I am. I will take it out of the expenses after we earn our monies.
I will also give some money.
You guys don't have to worry about that because I take a percentage out of all yours money to do running costs.
Yeah, that's what I figured, because I believe that's what we agreed to previously, so yeah.
Yeah. Long time ago. Back when we had the dock for the first this time.
Okay, so what are you guys doing as you're being shuttled across the spaceport?
I had a question, and it might add a complexity to it that's not a good idea, but I just wanted to ask it. In terms of, say, walking around in general, not necessarily right here, how feasible, unfeasible is it for me to have my cats kind of sometimes with me on these adventures, in case I want them?
You're in
like,
we're in
reconnaissance?
we're in a desert.
No, I don't mean right here. I did say that. I'm just like, in general, how feasible.
In general, they can travel with you with very little effort,
Yep.
but you also need to be aware of some places they may be desperate enough to consider that food.
Yeah, that I figured that's like a place, and I wouldn't be worried about the desert environment too much, Mike, because they're loft cats. So they're kind of good in arid environments to a degree. I'm not going to bring them with me this time. I was just curious for if I decide I want to take them with me at other places. It was a question that occurred to me to ask while I remember. So we're just sitting on a shuttle, is that right?
A little speeder shuttling across the spaceport.
I would probably be using my data pad to do a little bit of research of the area that we're in, and maybe research on the guy we're going after.
Okay, details on the planet you're in, you get through in less than a minute.
Yep.
It's hot and dry.
Bring your gas mask.
There's your details.
It's not a major hub of civilization. It has no recorded history of significance, except that you're sure at some point the planet did used to contain organic life.
Okay.
No
Maybe,
major studies of this system beyond the fact that it's a trade hub. It is also possible that the planet never contained life, and the life that has been put on here is from terraforming.
Okay. Any tips, clues on how to interact with the culture?
There is no culture. This is a trade hub, and that
I mean,
is...
like, I know it's a trade hub, but
Like do's and don'ts,
There is
FAQs.
there is no actual culture
Smart traveller.
per se on
Smart
this.
traveller.
In this world. It's consider it what you would a border city between two nations that doesn't belong
Very
to
odd.
either. And it's not a place where people choose to live if they have a choice.
yeah, I guess like what Peter was saying, I meant like, you know how you get those travel safety tips type things?
The traveller said, "Bring air mask."
I mean like,
And how?
you know, sometimes, like when you travel around, you might come across a blog, or other Mandalorians might have flagged it and gone, oh look, you know, you'll come across a lot of Jawas here. Keep an eye on your wallets, that kind of stuff.
The guy at the pub, the guy
Yeah.
who runs the pub's a bit of a jerk off, so
Yeah, that
you
kind
know,
of thing.
keep
Like,
your eyes open.
TripAdvisor type deal. Is there anything kind of like that? If not, that's fine. I just thought I'd ask.
This place hasn't rated a TripAdvisor that
Nobody
you
cares
have managed to get a copy of. But then again, this is not where the Mandalorians end up a lot.
Yeah.
The Kessel Run is not a desirable place by any Mandalorians.
Yeah. Other bounty hunter guild might have a notice board or something.
Yes, but you're not technically part of a guild and access to their network.
No, fair enough. I'll stop asking. I gave you everything you wanted, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, cool.
There could be other things that you might be able to access, but the Hutts didn't give you much in the way of knowledge of this place, other than the fact that their ships passed through it.
Well, that's what I was trying to see if there was anything I could look up myself. But if there's something I could look up, that's fine.
So, as you're being transported across the tarmac, what are you doing?
You said it's droid controlled.
Yes.
Ask the droid.
What are you asking the droid?
What's it like to live here?
It beeps at you with
Shit,
the.
I don't know droid. Sorry. Alright, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna look out the window.
I was just about to answer you. You didn't have to cut me off.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm just pointing out. I was in the middle of answering you, and you get the idea that it is happy enough here.
I feel like a droid would be okay with being on an arid planet. No moisture in here.
Yeah.
Or grit would tend to get places.
I was gonna say sand
Yeah.
wouldn't be fun, but I presume if he's driving
If he did a oil bath. Okay.
a transport.
At least he doesn't have to worry about rust.
Let me put the blanket down.
Yeah.
First.
So I guess while we're being transported, I'm just kind of keeping an eye out for any human or area that seems to stand out. So like human that seems to stand out that isn't like a bottle seller or anything like that, or area that stands out as in something where it looks like maybe it has a sign to something that's pointing to a secret area.
Look for a black flag with
Yeah.
a skull and crossbones.
Okay.
I will look around and
Guys running around with parrots and
kind of
peddlers.
thing as well.
I'll imagine a little jumping man as we fly by.
Bother you to grab my pencil because I sillily left it there. Where I can't reach it.
Okay, so I believe someone will have to roll a perception roll for Kayano.
Let me go about my perception. I got my sheet here. Perception's fairly okay. 2 yellow, 1 green.
You're looking too Therion. What role do you play? You
Add a
droid.
purple. Well, let's make it a red and flip over one of the counters. Got to give you counters back somehow.
You can settle. Yeah, you can settle. There's room.
Well, you still got 2 successes with your threat.
Yeah, that's bad.
Alright, you leave?
Okay, so as you're going along, Kayana does see off her side of the speeder, looking for what appears to be interesting activities.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the large warehouses that you're passing heading into the city seems to have the earth one side of it bulge and shift oddly before a hole appears. And a trapdoor is lifted up out of the ground.
Ha! Good old trapdoor.
Yarr.
Middle of nowhere.
Ooh, interesting.
You see a man's head pop out and have a look around, and they then move out carrying 3 large crates with 2 companions to a speeder nearby. And then the speeder sort of takes off towards the tarmac.
Where we just came from?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Okay, so while you're looking at that, I guess a good person at this point would be seeing a insectile Terrinoth sort of standing off by himself near the entry port to the city, where you can see a lot of speeders parked.
This is notable because
It's the only insectoid humanoid that you've seen so far. And from what Gar has learned, they are very much into pacifism.
I'll take mental note and think, good on you, buddy. Good on you.
So he's just
Some random insectoid standing around being a pacifist.
As you're getting closer, you can hear that he seems to be saying something in a language you're not quite sure what. So you can make a knowledge to do, what is the actual skill I'm looking for?
Is it
knowledge
or
xenology?
xenology?
Xenology is correct.
Oh, look, I know that now.
I've got 6 green.
I've got 1 yellow.
I don't think I've got anything in like 3 green or something. I've got 2 or something.
Well, who have we got here? We have Hayana. Let's look at Gum. Gum has 2 green.
I've got 1 yellow.
I got 6 green.
Might roll you or do you want to roll yourself?
Sorry?
You're green. You're 3 green. Do you want to upgrade?
No. I'm good.
Okay, difficulty is 3 purple.
Oh, I really don't at all.
Okay, so that is 4 net failures as he's just jabbering along as you go past.
Yeah. I'm like,
Can I?
Sure. We can see how well Boom Boom Crush understands.
It's a dialect adjacent to the right of Gungan. What 1 purple was it?
It is
3.
purple. And Peter almost got the maximum number of failures on the dice.
I don't know. There's lots of.
Okay.
You have at least 1 success, 2 successes.
There's lots of stuff.
Yep, that is quite a few successes there. So they can do the calculations and quite a few advantages. Okay, so you understand that he
Gungan
is
was adjacent to the right of Gungan.
in his series of clicks and whirls, incomprehensible to most.
like this guy.
And he is spreading the word of the holy Gactimus about
Just happy club.
abstinence from alcohol and
Well, he's a loser.
Yeah, I know, right?
and peace.
Abstinence from alcohol and abstinence from peace.
No, abstinence from alcohol and peace.
Oh, and
as peace. The way to make the world a better place. Or all the world's a better place.
Oh, is
No.
Brum Brum inspired to give up alcohol?
No.
You said that all.
Also throwing in there, turning back on all forms of vice and distraction, eschewing stimulants and entertainment,
I don't do any of that anyway.
and all forms of violence.
I
I
have
do
one of these
that.
guys on my university campus.
I do that.
It's Puritans. What?
And he also has data cards to give away to all interested to learn more about it.
He has what?
Please click here, sort of thing.
What cards?
Data cards.
Data cards. Oh.
He is a missionary.
Mm.
Missionaries can be useful, but we're not walking along. We can't start up just a little conversation for getting help later. So
Okay, at this point you're getting out of the speeder nearby.
Mhm.
As he's continuing to impress upon his religious beliefs in clicks and whirls.
Is he standing on a little wooden crate?
No need, he already tells above people.
Oh, does he? Blah, 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 blah.
Misa say, you're lucky you can't understand him.
Yeah.
And his multiple arms do make him an intimidating sight. He would probably make a awesome warrior figure if he was so inclined.
If he wasn't a
I presume
pacifist.
I don't understand the language unless I roll.
You would have to make the roll.
Pretty sure I'm 1 yellow, 2 green. If I read my 3 green, if I read my xenology right.
I can check to confirm if you
Is
like.
that also against 3 purple?
It is against 3 purple, because that is the standard check for this.
Just checking.
And it is 1 yellow, 3 green for you.
He's forced to sense his emotions, no. I think I'm gonna succeed. Like, better than Mike is, and I'm gonna regret it. So if you just chuck my tray into the camera. I might not be able to figure it out.
Okay, so that is fairly good success. 2 successes at an advantage. So you also understand that he is a holy missionary.
He's been very enthusiastic,
Mhm.
but geez, it would have been great if it failed. I would have gone, that is a great warrior type guy. I wish I could understand what he says. Instead, because I do understand, I'm just like, oh, I'm regretting this.
What a waste.
And throwing in there how wearing armor and stuff like that is wasteful and unnecessary.
Oh,
Hey, is this a lesson for me?
I don't understand.
My question becomes: is this an more like a Baptist type of missionary where he stands on a corner and goes, or is he one of those Mormon types that'll knock on the door and say, "Hello, I'm going to tell you about our good Lord and Savior," because that may give me an idea of how to get into that secret bound.
That's what I was thinking.
No, he's more he will stand on the corner preaching the word of the, where is it again, the holy Gactimus.
Holy cactus. That's a funny name. I like it. Okay. Alright.
I
So
presume just because you can understand.
maybe we need to be our own missionaries.
He may
Say-
understand basic, just may not be able to speak it. Many species.
I'm just gonna, if he's got a
Yeah.
coin box or something, I'm just like gonna flip him 20 credits or something like that and go, I applaud your mission. I will never achieve it. I don't say that.
He would probably want you to take one of his data chips.
He does give you a
Oh, look,
data
I'll
chip
take a
in
data
return.
chip. It could come in useful as a
In
guide
basic, it
later.
has holy Gactimus on the side of it.
I just like it in the sense that it could be a great Batman saying, holy, is it Cactimus or Gactimus?
Gactimus. Gactimus.
Gactimus.
Also-
Holy
It
Gactimus.
also doubles as a doorstop.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I just like the idea of when I want to swear, I now have 2 options. Dankferic and Holy Gactimus. If I can remember. Anyway.
I wonder if it's just as bad to use a god's name in Star Wars as it is in the other settings.
Yeah, look,
Probably
I
not.
That
I don't-
depends on
I
if the
don't
gods
know.
are listening.
don't know if Gactimus is an actual god or just the name of the order. So, can I get my tray back?
Okay, as you
By the way, cool tray, like it.
Thanks.
as you walk past the preacher or the clicker, as Garm thinks.
Clickety clicker.
Apparently, the Mandalorian liked what he said and bought his data chip.
Yeah. Look, it just could be a useful colour. That's it. That's all I'm thinking.
What could be?
The religious
Button.
missionary.
Yep.
He's
I'll make a xenology roll
Yeah.
just to
Yeah, he's
why everybody's now so
his
interested
religion
in this
is
bug.
absolute peace, no
Sure,
alcohol.
what's your
His
xenology?
religion is
1
as
yellow,
boring
4 green.
a life as possible, and no armor.
No armor.
No. So he's kind of like
Complete non-violence.
Well, wearing armor's not violent. That seems a little bit over the top.
So why don't you wear armor?
Yeah, it's a bit beyond you there, Khaled.
You can wear a vest underneath your shirt.
People will shoot at me.
As you got one net failure.
Yeah.
So you have no clue why your boss just bought a data card from him.
When we walk out of hearing distance, I'll let the non-speakers of the language, like Gum and Khaled, know that these guys are the epitome of pacifism, but also boredom. In that they don't indulge in any kind of vices. I presume they would frown on coffee and chocolate. That's how strict they seem to be.
What's a vice?
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're also
They would see it as a
anti-armor.
stimulant.
But my reason for giving them a tip is getting the data card is that I'm not sure what we're going to encounter while we're here, but it could be a useful off-the-cuff cover. So, yeah, I've got one.
As you're walking through the thoroughfares heading towards the main watering hole that you read about coming in, you see a aging human woman standing by a sign that has Mama Nuba, cheapest water on foremost.
I will... Is there anything notable about her?
Well, she looks extremely old.
Does it state the price of the water?
It does not.
Bait and switch, I say. Bait and switch!
Or pretend to pay her and take the water.
I don't steal. It's not what I'm about.
No.
Depends on who's doing the bait and switching.
I brought
Cheers.
all my own water. But I do respect people of age, because you don't get a lot of old people around, so I'll just give her a nod of respect. That's it.
Okay.
I feel like if she was an NPC that we had to interact with, she'd take that and run. Or, more precisely, Martin would use that as an opportunity to engage.
Hey, anyone you can choose to interact with will have something happen. Good or bad. But it's always interesting.
I've listened to enough of your games that I wasn't playing in where people came across NPCs and didn't do anything with them and then didn't get what they needed and then got frustrated. And I'm like, there was like 5 NPCs you could have asked. You just walked right by.
I can describe like people in detail. They hear the detail, go, oh, that's good, we move on.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just going to give her a nod because if I engage with every NPC along the way, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be mutinied. And not just by my Mandalorian family, but by my real life player friends.
Martin,
Yep.
is this the main road or whatever?
This is a thoroughfare. There are no roads in town.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying, is this probably one of the main ones?
Well, it seems to be the closest one to the cantina from the starport. That sort of weaves between buildings.
I have a personal theory that the next NPC we come across will have a sign that says cheapest water on foremost.
Yeah.
Because just because our sign says that doesn't mean it's true.
You're 100% right. Except she's
We
going to
actually got
change
a
it now.
description of this pirate.
You do not. Just a
We
name.
just have a name. We don't even know if he's actually a
What was
pirate.
the
To be honest,
by the way?
we just
No,
know
he's a murder hobo.
Sorry.
we just know that ships are blown up, and that a name of interest is Bandit Nobar. That's all we know.
And what was your question?
What was the name of the pirate? Because I was out at the time.
Sorry, going back.
Bandit Dobar is what I
Yep,
have.
that is correct.
Spelled B-A-D-I-N.
Ndin Dobah.
D-O-B-A-H. Bandit Dobar.
Okay. Yes, and you continue on walking through the crowds.
We do.
So we're heading to a cantina here?
You are.
Listening for the sounds of peg legs walking on the
Yeah. Or the squawk of a parrot or something similar.
Having dealt with pirates before, I will be on the lookout for anything that signifies
Piratey.
that there might be pirates around. Any secret marks I might see, having been a part of a Mandalorian clan that uses secret sort of scratches and things like that.
Anyone who might be Hondo-esque?
Well, we're just...
To be fair, the old lady could well be a pirate.
Many of them could be pirates.
I'm almost tempted to go.
Given an opportunity, I'm sure most of them will take up the life.
As you get closer to the cantina, you find a disorderly jumble of hastily constructed dwellings around the cantina. Makes for a maze of tight alleyways filled with all manner of obstructions. Apparently people built close to the cantina, but didn't make it an easy way to walk to the cantina. Portable trash compactors, piles of crates and personal moisture condensers line the gangways that thread between houses and shops. As you pass a particularly dark and narrow alleyway nestled between a pair of towering warehouses, you hear a commotion. There's a loud rattle and a buzzing noise coming from within the alley. The rattling stops and you hear a low and monotonous voice calling out. The voice is buzzing and faint, but you can still hear, "Hello, help please. I need help."
I change directions.
Yeah.
But I'm cautious.
Okay.
Yeah, guard up, but
Sounds like a droid.
The noise seems to be
sounds like a
coming.
trap.
The noise seems to be coming from a large blue trash compactor next to one of the warehouses.
Sounds like a droid.
Any signs of ambush?
There doesn't appear to be anyone that you can see around, but give me a perception roll.
Is the trash compactor active?
Not currently. It seems to be manually operated.
Okay.
Like a big crank.
God, there's a lot of dice here. I think unless the group ejects, I might level up just in case it is an ambush. Is that okay by peoples?
You want to upgrade?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure you're going to stick a red in there if I don't, and if it's an ambush, I don't want a red in there. Does that make sense?
It does.
And I have to announce before, so...
Yes, you do.
So I've upgraded.
Okay, add in 3 purple.
2, 3.
Okay.
Ooh, I see at least 1 success, but that could be counted out. No, 2 successes. If you can stick that in front of the camera, Martin will figure out.
Lots of white force points.
So, can't really see all the dice.
Sorry.
That's
I like
easy
my
to see now.
spinner dice better because I can keep it even.
Okay, there were no failures rolled. You got 2 successes, and all the advantages cancel out the threats. So, without using any force points, you can still succeed.
Nice.
Which is good if you have to keep using force points. It does get noticed.
Yeah.
I'm got
Cheers.
Okay, so you don't seem to see any sign of people about to jump out at you, but you do see the marks of people who may have left here recently.
Okay.
Much so that the footprints are still fresh.
Alright. So, someone may have chucked whoever's in there.
So move over to the trash compactor.
So while the others are assessing the area, I'm going to walk up and open up the...
I'll signal to you that it's safe.
Yeah. So I'll go up and find out what this noise is coming from.
Okay, lifting up the hatch, you see a badly damaged droid. Its head has been dented, one of its eyes has been smashed, its body has been pulled apart, and all manner of wiring, hydraulics, and hardware are strewn about the trash compactor. It is a 3PO droid, not done by Cybok Galactica. I believe that's the same place that did most of 3PO's parts.
So it's not done or is done by...
Is done by.
Is done by
Sorry.
Cybot
Galactica.
Galactica.
So it's the main maker of 3PO droids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would that
Well,
be like?
today is your lucky day.
Sorry, what was that, Ariadne?
I said, is that like protocol droids then?
Yes, that is what a protocol droid is, yes. And
Carlin said, today is your lucky day to the droid.
okay.
Yep. Okay.
There's,
Just check to see if the droid is actually attached to anything.
Well, it seems to have been wrapped around other junk in the bin. And it says, greetings. So glad you found me. Please help. They took my friend. Please help save R4W9. Zzz.
Well, the tracks are still fresh.
Okay.
We should pull him out though. So if
Yeah.
Khalid needs help
Yep.
pulling out, then we'll haul him out and find out about his. Well, actually, I don't know if we've got time to find out too much about his friends. Who took him?
Yeah,
How many?
I can pull him out.
I'm switching my light blast pistol to stun.
Okay.
I'll make sure mine's on stun too. But I'll also have my iron blaster with me, just in case.
Mine's set to kill.
I'm coming peace.
So how many and what? Like, can you give any description at all?
Okay.
It was R4W?
And I'll hit him with
W9.
yeah. And I'll hit him with an emergency repair patch.
Okay.
So that stops him from declining or anything.
He says, my friend R4W9 and I were on our way to the cantina when we were set upon by a band of thugs, Zibbits. They tore me apart with bars and dragged him away. Please, it's too late to do anything for me, but saves my friend.
You're lucky. I'm a droid technician. I can also patch you up and you can meet your friend.
I'll immediately grab Kayana because Khalid's busy with the droid.
His clock says that he was attacked 20 hours ago.
20 hours ago. But we can still see fresh tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Well, there's no moisture to make the tracks go away quickly. And he thinks the band who attacked him were mostly human, though they were wearing hoods.
Okay.
He believes they were.
Bots, though.
He's got a stutter.
Oh, okay.
He believes that his attackers were all male,
Yep.
and they fitted a restraining bolt to his counterpart R4W9. He suspects they have something to do with an Aquilish named Bandin Dubar.
So they were humans, male. Did you say there was 9 of them?
He didn't state how many there were.
Okay, alright. I might have just got that somewhere.
He said they were all male.
Yeah, and they were attached to the guy we're after.
Yeah, and they were wearing hoods.
Who do you belong to?
He is a free droid.
And your friend?
Also a free droid.
They put a restraining bolt on him.
His former master set them free.
Did he say that the Aquilish was named?
Yep.
He did?
Oh, that is interesting on this planet. So we need to find out what.
Something about Aquilish need more water than most people.
Aquilish are water people.
And this is a desert planet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, find the droid.
So if Khalid takes him back to the ship in this condition, you can probably keep him online.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I could do that.
But you would
yeah.
need your proper tools to do so, not what you'd carry with you into town.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so at least Khalid needs
Plus,
to
I
go
can
back.
get Paddy 1, Paddy 2, and Paddy 3 to fix him.
Mhm. And you may get yourself a free protocol droid who is technically
We
a
need
citizen
one.
of the galaxy.
We do need one. So it's 20 hours.
Plus, we need to find someone who likes to buy a lot of water, so a certain old lady on the way back may actually know where the Zakalish actually is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
potentially, yeah.
I was just gonna say, I'm pretty sure we should question the things, but I wouldn't mind following the tracks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if Khalid and somebody else goes back with the droid, they can question the old
The
lady
lady.
and comms that information. I'm happy to follow the tracks with someone else if they want to come.
Was it R4, was it?
It was
It was an
now
R4 unit.
W9.
And the designation of the protocol is J9B8.
Okay.
His name is Bait.
J9B8.
Mm-hmm.
What does a 9 convert to in letters? G.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to actually mean anything.
No, I was just doing my usual thing where you see if it does.
So I don't mind going with the, I don't know if Grom or Broom, which one you guys want to do?
We might need a talker to question the old lady, and we might
Yeah.
need mechanics computers with us, because mechanics computers is going back with the droid.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I believe you've just had volunteers already pushed forward by our fearless leader.
It's a suggestion. They can choose their own destiny if they want to.
Yeah, I'll go with the rabbit hunters
Rabbit hunters. Yep.
because it's rabbit season.
Wabbit season. You just wanted to say wabbit season.
I did.
Okay, so we're going to call the R4 a
understand.
wabbit.
So I guess I'm heading back to the ship with you, buddy.
Yeah.
Excellent.
This is your preferred place to be.
What, back at the ship?
Not
Out
going
of
into
Not
a
going
range of
gunfight.
combat.
Not going into a gunfight.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah. No.
I'm very happy with the choice.
I would like you to know I listen. I don't always shove you into battle.
You were suggesting that I go with you in your search for these.
No, I was suggesting we take Broom Broom, and I was suggesting you go with Carla to question the old lady because you've got the charm.
All right, let's do that.
Yep.
I'm sure you can completely charm the old lady.
Yeah. So
Maybe.
I was sending you back to the ship if you wanted to go. J9B8.
Okay, so while the others are following the tracks, it doesn't take long to come across the old lady with her cheapest water on foremost side.
Cost you, buddy.
She looks up and goes, "Back again. You must be thirsty."
Yeah. First thing I'm going to do is use my general purpose. My general purpose scanner that can pick up radiation, correct?
It can pick up one thing. You have to basically tune it to that thing every time you want to pick up something different.
Yeah, I just wanted to check to see if there's any like radiation or anything like that in the water.
So it's like Thunderdome. You walk up.
Yeah.
Okay, you spend a round tinkering with the tool to get it to scan for radiation.
Yep. Then I find out that she's probably heavily irradiated.
And you get pretty quickly that the street has a lot of radiation on it, as the atmosphere is not particularly good at shielding the world from cosmic radiation.
Oh, lovely. So this person may not actually be that old. It's just that she's been out here for long.
Yeah, could be.
Walk away with a healthy glow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not a suntan.
How much is that for a flask of water?
She is selling a flask of water for a staggering 1 credit.
That's highway robbery.
Where is she
How
holding
much
the
water for
water?
1 credit?
It is about half a litre.
About that.
Ah,
How is the water stored?
In little plastic recycled containers.
Like that.
Okay, what does the water look like?
It looks liquid with floaties.
With floaties.
that's where your protein comes from.
Yeah.
And at least it's not yellow liquid.
I'm so glad I don't have to drink it. But you just have to buy it. You don't have to drink it. You buy it.
No, I'll just give it 10 credits so you can keep the water.
I made everyone pack water so that we weren't.
I know.
Okay, so I'm going to get Khalid to do a perception roll when he does so.
What's up, Imperium? Yeah.
What is Khalid's perception?
Let's see. Yeah. My perception that's been.
What's up? Come on. What's up? Yeah.
1 yellow, 2 green.
Versus 3.
And I do have UD, but that's that only depends on the circumstances.
Happy now.
Okay, so you notice that something of value to you has just been taken off your belt. You succeeded with 2 threats, so something like maybe some of your favorite tools.
Okay, can I determine on where it got pinched from?
Well, it was hanging off your belt,
Yeah.
and while you're talking to the old lady and handing the money over, someone lifted some of your tools.
Did anyone notice? Like,
He just noticed, is what I was saying.
Alright, so it could have happened ages ago.
No, he noticed it happening.
It's
I
right
just
there.
said.
Okay,
yeah.
It's
so-
just
Yeah.
okay.
She
I'm
handled
blissfully ignorant.
As Gum isn't feeling it happening because it's not happening to him.
Yarr.
Yeah, even though he's the one who's got more money than I do.
Well, you're the one who handed across money
Did you see
Yeah.
anyone?
and said, "I don't want anything." So you gave her free money.
Did you yell?
Thank you for my free money. That's just crazy.
You could say, "Hey, someone stole my thing."
So what would you like? What would you like to do?
I'm just trying to look at any of my talents would.
You shouldn't have anything that will allow you to interrupt someone stealing something.
No. It's just to find out actually if I got anything that can help me try to find the perpetrator.
While you're thinking about that, the perpetrator runs off.
Okay, so is there someone actually running?
You turn around and there's just a crowd of people. I will give you another perception roll. Basically, if you said you could have interacted with the person,
Yeah.
taking it off your belt, but you wanted to think about
You
it
could
instead.
have grabbed his hand. You
No,
could
no,
have
I
yelled.
Turned around
was
or
actually trying to work
looked
out.
around or
I was giving you the option to interact in the middle of him stealing, but you wanted to think about it.
Okay.
I don't think Ross realised it.
Yeah, I was trying not to tell him what to do.
Yeah.
I've given him the option and left it open.
Yeah. I was trying to give hints.
So. Okay.
Yeah, I was also just trying to work out he would Fearston would have kicked in if he was trying to take something from me. That's all.
Yeah, I guess Martin was talking more about role playing rather than mechanics.
No, I was actually looking through what sort of stuff was here.
Okay, you ended up with a triumph.
Well,
Just a triumph.
Second opportunity.
Yes, you recognise that the person who ran off with your gear was previously standing with the old lady.
eBay.
So they're probably in league.
Oh, that was a given.
Yeah, I'm...
In a world like this, you would expect there always to be angles.
Do I know what's going on, or do I? I'm talking. Like, we're talking to the old lady.
And
He
your
just
friend seems to be
turns
very
around
distracted.
and looks around, and I'm like, what? What's going on?
Yeah. Carly looks very distracted.
What's up? What's going on?
I'm going to chase after him.
You're currently weighed down by half a 3PO unit.
Oh, that's right.
Would you like to dump it and run?
No.
Maybe you could tell Garm that that person just stole your favourite tools. And he can do something about it. Or help you.
Or if you drop the unit, I'd be there to look after it while
Yes.
you ran off.
Yes.
Possibly.
Now, basically I'm going, yeah, I need to get those Gungan bowlers.
What?
Brum Brum has...
Yeah, my character
I was
actually says,
contemplating,
what?
Yeah, I was contemplating pulling the blaster and shooting him, but yeah, that would probably start up a ruckus.
And you're in a crowd.
Shooting who? What are you talking about? What's going on? What?
I'll have a word to this lovely lady and saying, was that your colleague that decided to run off with one of my tools?
Who? She says.
Oh, you've been stolen from?
Yes.
Silence?
Sorry. Brain.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Where are they gone now?
Are they?
With that one?
Are they
Yeah,
gone?
they ran off in that direction. Though.
But,
Sure. I pull my pistol out, I point at the old lady and go,
yeah.
Where's your partner?
Yeah.
I'd have them come back real quick if I was you.
Yep.
Okay. So, give me a...
Intimidation roll!
Intimidation.
Woo!
You get the
That's
intimidation.
the word.
Which means that,
I have no idea.
yeah.
That
Didn't she put in a more
So that is 2 yellow, 1 green, 2 blue, versus a whole 2 purple. And I believe we get to add a blue for looming.
You're not going to add a...
no, we don't.
You don't? You don't add to coercion?
You're not going to upgrade one to a red?
No, looming only works with charm, deception, and negotiation.
Okay.
You're not going to upgrade one to a red?
I can do
For
that.
me,
Let's upgrade
yeah.
one.
No. Oh.
No.
Why
But
would
the
you
thing
do
is,
that to yourself?
For me to do
Suggested
an
to me,
intimidation,
You don't say
But
anything. Nothing
I would
happens.
be downgrading it by 3.
There's more flexibility.
Maybe.
Okay, so give me a roll.
You mean you're trying to
So-
turn one point over?
1
One
green,
point.
2 yellow, 3 blue.
You do realise if
Or
it's
is
just
it two
there,
blue?
you're going to shoot an old
2
lady
blue.
in the middle of
2
the
blue.
square.
That is certainly on the card.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the top yellow? 2. Okay, so you definitely succeed at it without any ramifications, and she says it's her son Jock Nubar.
Well, I'd get Jock back ASAP if I was you. I mean, I'm sure he doesn't want to lose his mother.
Because your
Because
gut
trust me, I'll shoot you in the face. Here on the street.
and my weapon's not set to stun.
Yeah, I'm trying to hide the stun setting on the weapon with my hand. Kind of takes away from the scary bit.
Well, you can simply go, dink.
No. I'm not a killer.
Well, you could also
I don't kill people. That's not
make
what I do.
Well, if you're calling it a bluff, you
No.
could make a point of taking it off
Yeah, I could.
to pretend you're being
You
serious.
don't like violence, correct?
It has its place.
Yeah.
I
That's
totally
why I run
support
around
this,
with you guys.
this role-playing choice.
You guys are
it's
violent,
just
and I
the
like that.
opposite.
But-
Yeah, he's afraid of combat and that, but he's
No.
willing to beat up unarmed
He's
people.
bluffing her.
What's the
And that's
what's the
what he's good
opposite
at.
of being proselytized? He got
This
anti-proselytized.
is good cop, bad cop, and I normally play the bad cop, and I'm just totally confused at Garbs deciding to play bad cop.
Because and succeeding at it too.
Yeah, look,
Yeah.
Okay, a few moments later, you see a younger version of the woman show up, probably about 20 odd years younger. You think he's barely teenager, though she looks like she's in her 80s.
It's
So,
a boy.
No sunscreen will do that to you.
Oh, I motion him over as I
no.
put my pistol away.
He hands back the stolen tools.
Okay.
Mm.
And I say, I
she-
thank him for doing so.
She does say that she's begging forgiveness, saying that the Empire has put them in desperate times, and that they are willing to give you free water as compensation.
Don't worry about it. But maybe you can help me.
She asks, how can she help?
I'm. Are you aware of any water-based races
acquisition.
in the city? And if so, where they might be found?
She says none frequent the city, but members of the pirate nearby have some of his followers in the city. Whereas he won't venture into this planet at all.
Okay.
Too dry.
Oh, understandable. I say, where exactly
Somewhere
would like to
on
go
the
and talk to these people?
somewhere on the outskirts opposite the starport.
And I pick a direction, I go over
She,
there.
yeah, points in that direction on the other side of the cantina.
Ah, I go, awesome. Did you get that?
Me or Khaled?
Khaled.
Yeah, I got that.
Awesome. Alright. So let's radio that in, and we'll continue on our way. Yes?
Yep. Okay, I'll also give her 5 ration packs. I just realised I've got tons of the damn things on me. Some strange.
Ration for you, ration for you, ration for everyone.
Yeah, and
No.
try to be subtle about it so they don't
Yes.
get jumped in 2 seconds.
Well, they've now just been given 20 credits and ration packs.
And
They're
they
rich.
tried to steal from you, so you're giving them ration packs. That doesn't make...
Well,
No,
I was just
they're trying to steal because they're basically
They're hard
starving.
up, yeah.
So, yeah. But the idea is kindness rather than
actually we need.
compassion, which does suit Garm's character.
Okay, so while you guys are doing that, the others have reached the cantina and enter. As you enter the lobby of the cantina, you are aware of a change of atmosphere. The air conditioning alone is almost as refreshing as the beverages served at the well-appointed bar promised to be. The cantina is clearly a popular spot for locals to mix, though it isn't so crowded as to make it impossible for you to get seats. All manner of humans and aliens rub shoulders at the bar, and they even seem happy to let droids in. To your right, a flickering hollow screen displays the rotating head of a tough-looking adult male Aqualish with scrolling text advertising an Imperial bounty. This is your first picture of the pirate.
Take a photo of it.
That cantina consists of 2 levels. The main level with the bar and a circular balcony level above with semi-private booths. The balcony is not too high above the first floor, making the whole arrangement feel more intimate and closed than its size would suggest. At one side of the cantina, the balcony is broken by a raised stage upon which Fiamund, billed as the Celestin master of the Clue Horn, plays his instrument. His playing is essentially freeform jazz, not jazz, close, incorporating a surprising backrow rock influence. It shouldn't really work, but he makes something fresh out of it and generally receives an approving response from the audience.
So it's an upbeat version of the music from the Tatooine, because that's the same style.
With less instruments, it's only got a single instrument. Most of the clientele are human, 3/4. You see Deveronians, Duros, and droids. A pair of Twi'lek sitting one corner. A Tidarian flutters near the bar. And a huge figure covered in a red cloak was also near the bar.
That doesn't stand out.
What would you guys like to do? There is also a hollow message near the bar with the bounty notice.
I would almost want to see if I can move to, suddenly move to a vantage point to kind of suss out more the figure in the red cloak, just to try to figure out what they are. But also just looking like a normal bar patron while doing so.
Because I don't want to stand particularly out, I'm just going to casually approach the bar and order a drink. I just so happen to be kind of close to the red cloak figure so that I can get a look at them. I'm wearing a helmet though, so I'm pretty sure they can't tell which direction I'm looking in.
And I walk straight up to the water guy.
There's no water guy.
The hologram.
Oh, the hologram, yep.
The acquisition dude. And get a much closer look and take note of any distinguishing features on the subject.
You said the helmet can record things?
It can record things, yes.
I'll record an image at least of the poster, if not the hologram, when I get an opportunity. So that I can refer back to it if I need to.
You can share it with your buddies.
I can share it with my buddies if that is possible. I presume it is.
Okay. You go up and check on the hologram. You go buy a drink.
I'm going to order. There's 3 of us, so I'll order 3 drinks.
And what was Kayana doing?
She was.
I was kind of just walking around the bar as if I'm trying to find a good spot to hang out, trying to see if I can get a vantage point on the guy, trying to figure out the one underneath the red cloak, while also just kind of taking note of any further detail of any of the other patrons that you described.
You're looking for somewhere for us to sit.
That's what I'm pretending
I'm
to be
getting
doing.
the drinks, and then you're having a look over everything. I'm getting the drinks next to the red cloak guy, which gives me a different view, and you're getting the information of the guy we want to arrest. Well, not arrest, take him out.
Good, does it?
Kill.
Assassinate.
It's not assassination if it's a bounty. It's a legitimate form of easy transportation.
Okay. But, they actually don't tell me which one is which.
They don't tell you which is which.
No, I'm trying to figure out, Okay, so... one of those nice things where it doesn't say much. So as you go to the, or do Brum Brum Crash first, looking at the bounty notice, the Office of Moth Duel, Administrator of the Spice Mines of Kessel, is offering 10,000 credit reward for the killing or capture of the Aqualish pirate band in Dubar. This dangerous outlaw from Imperial Justice is guilty of the murder of the Empire's security operatives, destruction of the Empire's property, movement of contraband, black marketeering of narcotics, and acts of criminal conspiracy. For more information, contact any local representative of Imperial Authority.
So,
555
that went by real fast.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily need all of the charges, but the who was the person who put out the bounty?
The same one I mentioned
Morath.
earlier.
Oh,
Morath.
okay, because it sounded completely different when you said it this time. That's okay. I apologise.
It's the same person you saw.
Yeah.
It's the same Imperial.
Yeah,
And-
Maruth. What's
Duel.
his name? Duel. Yeah.
And as Kayana was trying to get a look at the red robe figure, the Deveronian intersperses himself between the Mandalorian and her prey.
Okay, so the Deveronian is obviously bodyguarding, so I'll sorry, dogs barking.
No, they're giving you input on how to roleplay the scene.
That's how the Deveronian sounds right now.
Deveronian
No, so
Mandalorian.
where it's very obvious where he's bodyguarding, I will back off. And I was
He says he's hoping you're looking for information to buy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely in the business of information.
He introduces himself as Snoo,
Okay.
information broker.
Very good. Would it be alright if I a nice place to discuss information, and I will call over my compatriots to also join.
Okay, when the three of you sit down, he says he's happy to provide information for 50 credits a question.
As I'm getting the drinks, do I get a look at the cloak guy?
He has gone out of his way to hide what he was looking like, and you may get more information as we go.
Okay, cool. I'll bring my drinks over and sit down with Snoo and Brum Brum and Kayana.
Okay. Okay, he does offer some information free.
First taste is free.
Pretty much. He says, Foremost is a great place to do business if you know much about bounty hunting or handling contraband, but people just won't offer jobs to strangers. Prospective smugglers have to earn some respect and trust within the community before expecting to make useful contacts.
Okay.
Now, do you have any questions that you wish to buy information for?
I would have a question about I'm trying to track down an R4 droid that was taken recently. I wouldn't mind getting it back.
Do you pay 50 credits?
Yes.
Okay. He does respond with, nothing has been said about droid napping, but it would be well within the character of Bandit Dubar to arrange for such a thing.
Credits a question. You've got to consider your questions carefully, don't you?
He does, yes. But that's not going to charge you for that one.
I didn't say that bit out loud, but I probably should have said that.
He says, yes, you probably should have said that.
I haven't had enough coffee.
Well, he can get you coffee if you'd like it, he says.
I lift up my cup. I'm still wearing my helmet. I still look at him steadily. If that's something that he, and this is just me thinking as well, if that's something that he's likely to do, his incentive would be possibly selling off the droid, I presume.
Or the information the droid has.
So, I don't know if this cost me 50 credits or not, but I'll ask. You mentioned earning trust and respect in the community here in order to get jobs and things like that. Is retrieving a droid from this kind of situation the likely sort of activity that would gain that kind of trust and respect?
He'll give you this answer for free.
Yep.
He says droid rights aren't high on the citizens or locals' interests.
Okay. Fair enough.
And I would think especially not a free droid as well.
Yeah, I just thought it was worth asking.
It's a good question.
And he does give you an answer for free because, well,
Yeah.
He doesn't see the value in the answer.
Yeah. I guess the more valuable question will be what kind of jobs would get the respect, or activities would get the respect of the community.
Bringing in the pirate, which he also adds for free because, again, it's about a question you've already paid for.
Have I already got the information from Garmin Khalid about the rough direction of where the pirates are?
Sure. That's been, that was radioed through while you were at the bar.
And we're only given like a vague description.
You were given a vague description.
I'll put.
Oh, also, if I didn't describe it before, I did share with the team that I saw the trap door, so you can kind of put together that that may or may not be their hideout, and we saw a couple of the crew get to the Darkport to leave planet.
Look,
So, potentially a question we should ask is information on where Bondin either sits in his ship or if he's at a different part.
Location information, which is
well,
where I was moving.
He takes the 50 credits
I
for
was
information
going to
on
put
Bandin
100
Dubar.
credits down.
It says Bandin Dubar is the head of an organized smuggling ring that operates on a loose franchise basis. The ring is said to be made of many cells that rely on each other for mutual support and information. Bandin Dubar heads the cell at the top of the hierarchy and takes a cut out of the profits made by the other cells. In return, they can rely on the fearsome reputation Bandin Dubar employs and the
Sorry, it's Dual and I keep thinking it's a different person.
enjoys and the increased job opportunities that his organization provides. A typical cell is made up of 4 to 10 smugglers. And as you put down some extra stuff, he does throw in as well. As of yet, few people have made serious attempts to accost Bandin Dubar. Some weeks back, a Rhodian bounty hunter appeared in the cantina and it was generally assumed that he was on the trail. He hasn't been heard from since. Also notes down that apparently his relative is in town trying to find out what happened to him.
So did you say 4 to 6 members or 4 to 10?
4 to 10
Yeah, I thought that was
per
the
cell.
case. Yeah, per cell. So the start of that, because it goes by so fast, was He's at the head of a number of
So
cells.
pyramid scheme, he's in the top of the pyramid.
Yeah, and then each cell underneath him has got 4 to 10 members in the cell.
Which sounds very much like how the rebellion works.
Yeah.
Except without the profit sharing.
Yeah, I was
Well, they
gonna say,
normally
except
pass
without the profit
goods
sharing.
and services down the line,
Yes.
which in the way can be
Other
seen
way.
as profit sharing.
Is there any indication that they're anti-imperial particularly, or they're just in it for their own profit though?
In it purely for profit.
Yeah, so they're not rebels.
As you're discussing things with him, you see an elegant Radiant girl head to the bar and order herself some food and drink. Getting a few looks from the locals.
So leaving my full cup of coffee on the bench at the table, I go over to the bar to order another coffee, right?
Sure. After she enters the bar, 3 smugglers saunter in the door. 2 of them are male human, and the third is a weak way. They are all tough-looking customers who bear themselves with swaggering arrogance. The general hush falls over the patrons of the cantina. Even the hornblower stops playing. And the Snoo sort of gestures to Kayana with one of those head sort of twitches.
Motions with his head.
And I'm guessing that one was free. Okay.
Well, technically, you did pay well for it.
True, very true. So, that's where I think we now need to get into a
Gunfight?
snatch and grab position.
Which is
What
why
is-
I felt the need, despite my full cup of coffee on the table, that I needed another one.
So, and also I think Brody and Girl might help, but I feel a bar brawl coming on.
Okay, the Radiant girl does look admiring at your Mandalorian armor.
I say, I hear we might have mutual interests. I hear a relative of yours was here looking for Bandandul.
She's looking for her missing brother. She heard he'd come to this planet.
If rumours are true, I have some very unfortunate news for you. I've just paid an information seller, and his news is that your brother passed away.
His news was he hasn't been seen from since.
Oh, okay. So I won't say that then.
Yes, so that may be jumping the gun.
Sorry,
saying
didn't
he's
mean to
dead.
jump the
All
gun.
good.
I thought you said dead. And I wrote killed here. And that might be because you bullet through these things so fast it's really hard for me to keep up with
I apologize.
information. Yeah, so I say, we're tracking the same person he's tracking, and he hasn't been seen in some time, so if you help us, we'll help you.
Okay.
And I give my name as Kai.
Okay, and as you're talking to her, you see the 3 who just walk into the bar make a beeline for the 2 of you.
I subtly removed my blaster from its holster. It's ready. I'm using the Rhodian woman as cover to not show that I've taken it out already. There's not going to be no, whistling sound and hands hovering over holsters.
Okay,
I already got
and-
my hand on it.
Question.
Go
I was gonna say, would they have noticed me and Broom Broom? Because if not, but me and Broom Broom would try to get behind them to actually put the jump on them.
Oh, and yeah, I will look very obviously like the person worth the center of attention.
Okay, you do see that the head guy who looked a bit unshaven, scraggly looking, a little unkept, uses a really bad pickup line towards the Rhodian, who, up until he came close to her, was speaking perfect basic, is now answering in complete Rhodian with the which you can understand clearly, saying, I don't understand what you're saying, please explain.
I like that. So she was just basically like, sorry, no English.
Pretty much.
I love that.
No
Very
speak,
much so.
no speak basic in Rhodian.
Yeah.
Me no speak basic.
And the guy doesn't seem to take no for an answer, even though it looks like she has a well-armed bodyguard with hand-on weapon right beside her, who is completely missed on purpose because he was that full of himself. And his friends, thinking of the confidence of their leader, haven't even noticed that both Brum Brum Crash and Kayana have gotten up behind them because they're that confident. They don't even get a roll.
The unnoticed bodyguard will gently nudge the Rhodian, not that she step out of the way, but to make sure that when the blaster comes up, she's not going to be in the line of fire. As subtly as possible, so that hopefully the overconfident guy who's hitting on her doesn't notice. If she shifts her weight slightly, it moves a little.
Okay, as you sort of hear him go, hey, you ought to show a little more appreciation, baby. This ain't some scuzzy scrap dealer offering you company. I'm an important guy around these parts, yeah? You'll be a bit more friendly and it'll be to your advantage, yeah?
Nice.
And she sort of looks towards you and asking if you could
Yep.
help translate.
And so I'll say...
As you see her subtly pulling out a pair of vibro knives.
I will say...
Completely visible to you, but completely away from this guy's sight.
I will tilt
I
my
like her.
head,
Can we keep her?
put a sort of cheerful tone on. I'm like, it's rare. People are as handsome as they claim, but you seem to be the exception.
I'm going to give you a charm roll.
Yeah, that works.
Charm roll.
I don't
And
have any charm.
I'm going to give you a free upgrade because he's that full of himself.
Oh, well,
I like it. That's funny.
do I have?
Well, it's completely in style with how the game works.
Oh, I got
Yeah.
one yellow and
I just wish I was there.
two yellow.
Hey, if Garm was here, Garm could pretty much charm this guy's boots off.
Two yellow, two
Yeah, when the violence is about to occur, Garm would be hiding behind the bar or something along those lines.
and what was the against?
It is against, I'm going to say 2 purple. Because his willpower is crap.
Does this
Standard.
mean if I hand my hopefully luckier dice over to Triumphant Mike, you'll roll for me? My hands are numb. I don't think I'm going to do too well. I won't hold it against you if you don't.
What did we end up?
But I presume no triumphs?
No.
Oh, damn.
We ended up
Any
with
successes?
4 successes
Oh,
and an
nice.
advantage. Okay, so...
See, this is why I still love you.
he has that look of, gosh, you sound attractive under that helmet.
Is your character a dude?
And...
Yeah, it's a dude. Oh, I'm a girl. Just if you.
No, the character is a girl. Thayer is a girl.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is a girl. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
As he seems to look you up and down, almost noticing you for the first time.
But I have armor that doesn't necessarily tell you what gender I am.
Yeah.
I'm not like Bo-Katan where you know you're talking to a chick. You just got. It could be.
You got a breastplate and it, yeah.
Yeah, it's basically androgynous.
He sort of looks you up and down and shrugs, and with that I'm game sort of look.
Look, I'm gonna totally lead him on in the sense of I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I'll. So what did he say in return?
I said he looks you up and down and just has that look of
Could be fun.
could be fun, yeah.
I was gonna say this. I'll say to him, there's not much to do in this town, but things finally look interesting.
He offers to buy you a drink and or both of you a drink and enjoy his fabulous company of him and his friends.
I explained that the Rhodian, unfortunately she won't understand anything you're saying, but I'm happy to translate for you. And do I have a translation device in the helmet or something?
Well, I'll give it that you understand Rhodian.
Yeah.
It's a most well-spoken characters will understand a fair number of languages.
Okay.
Simply
We've
because
spoken
of
to a lot of Rhodians before too.
I'll pretend to translate. I won't push my luck just in case he's putting his dumb country bumpkin thing on.
You don't think it's a joke. You think he's completely honest about how stupid he is.
Oh dear. Maybe we can just get him.
Rhodians are the guys that,
Greedo.
yeah.
Try to take Han in the cantina.
Yeah,
and,
Han's shot first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not all jerks like him.
No, but I just wanted to make sure.
that is the
They
correct
have the right
sucker.
visual.
Yeah.
Their fingers are all little suction caps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is now now's probably the wrong time to ask why what biological service they have.
Probably none in our understanding.
Yeah, probably. No.
Yeah.
Sensory tools, something like that.
What the hell?
Probably helps them climb walls.
So I go, well, maybe instead of drinking here, we can take a bottle away and go back to your place.
He grins broadly and goes, sure, let's go have some fun, he says.
And I'll say the bottle's on me, and I'll order a bottle or something off the barman. And I will signal subtly to Brum Brum and Kayana to follow at a safe pace. And I'm hoping he'll take us back to his hideout.
Okay. Usually that big the red-robed figure is not actually described anywhere after the description.
He's obviously
That's
not
really
important
funny.
to the story, and they haven't bothered.
I'm hoping that's
So,
the Aqualish and we're leaving the...
So the first person they describe is the Deveronian, who would have been great to have been the robed figure,
Yeah.
but he was described separately.
So the first person to leave the building.
The rogue figure I assumed was going to be some sort of...
I thought it might be the Aqualish. Or a bounty hunter. My guess is
Or
another bounty hunter.
perhaps it's just quite literally a red herring.
Could be a
Yeah.
literal red herring, but I think it's probably a bounty hunter is my... It makes
Yes.
logical
Okay,
sense.
so I've got the three named guys who just walked in the
I
bar.
was thinking...
I have the girl who walked into the bar, and I have the Tidarian who was talking to the red-robed figure.
Yeah. The red robed figure is called Herring the Red.
I was thinking middle name might be Riding.
Surname Hood.
Okay, so yes, looks like it is. You get an escort to Banding Dubar's Banding Dubar's. No.
Doole.
No, that's the guy who's offering the reward.
Oh,
He's not
okay.
the pirate.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yes.
He won't.
There are too many names in my brain.
It's the Moroth Duel is the person who Imperial who's offering the reward, and Banding Dubai is the pirate who the reward is offered for.
Okay. That's where I'm getting confused. I apologise.
It's all good.
You're more forgiving than I am.
You get the names of the 3 guys escorting you to their party of the century. Darrow Blunt, Master Smuggler, he says.
Master Smuggler.
And is that our overconfident first guy?
Your overconfident, incompetent Charmer. His second Spear Firax, who looks extremely young.
See, why can't they all be simple names like
With
this?
eyes darting futilely around everywhere, and his upper lip has a long scar through it,
Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
making any sort of look from him look like a sneer, due to the split lip. And he introduces the weak way as Gatgaro. And he says he just doesn't speak, he just follows.
So it's... What was his name?
Gatguro.
Gut Guro. I feel like this is French. But I might be imagining the spelling of his name.
And usually there's an entire thing about following and tailing these guys to their hideout, or following the spies to their hideout, and here you are getting escorted to the hideout.
Well, our leader's pretending to be a loose woman and being quite successful at it.
How do you know that I'm pretending?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Pretending.
In my private life, I could get up to all sorts of things.
Yeah. that's
And
true.
Darrow is talking himself up as a self-supporting network of dealers in portable goods.
What type of droid is he?
From
R4?
Garm's perspective, if you hear that from the others, that is thief and on-seller. What was your question,
I
Ariadne?
was going to say, what type of droid is the R4 unit? Is it a navigation, astro-navigation unit, or...?
It's a vehicle droid.
Okay.
R4 is vehicle droid.
Okay.
R3 and R2 are astromechs. Vehicle droids can also sub as an astromech, but they're designed for planets,
So while
not
we're
space.
walking or travelling to this back to his place, I will impart a story of you're lucky we're actually here. We wouldn't be except our R4 droid went missing, and no, I'll say our R4 droid broke down, and so we've been left without someone to operate our vehicle, and I've been trying to find a replacement one, but I haven't been so lucky in tracking down R4 droids around here. It might be because I'm not familiar with the town.
Okay, he does instantly become extremely suspicious.
Oh, okay. Well, I stuffed that up. That's okay. I'll offer him a drink.
Well, I'll make it a charm roll again, because you have put him on edge.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna fail here.
Did you get your dice back?
I did. I'm just trying to remember what my charm dice was. It was 1 yellow and I think it was
2 green?
2 green, unless I upgrade. Which I think I did last time. I might have to since I've made him suspicious now.
Probably not a bad plan.
No, yeah, I should have made him suspicious.
Because I was so careful in having the DM actually flip a red.
Yeah, now I've got
Now
one.
you've got one to play with.
Now I've got one to play with. And I guess
Shut up, Peter.
I'm up against suspicious.
Suspicious of 2 purple.
Darrow. And that's my last one. We hope. Might get to this.
As we're going, I'm updating Carla and Garn about where we are so that whenever they're ready, or if they have become ready, they can join us.
Hey, look, it's a believable story, though.
Yeah, it's not a terrible story.
Okay,
I
so
could genuinely believe
apparently
it.
you smooth over the entire incident to the point he just goes back to his, oh well, crap happens.
Stuff
Yeah.
happens.
Look, I'll leave it at that. Having noticed that he got highly suspicious for a moment, I'm like, no, shouldn't go there.
Apparently he's thinking about the after party activities.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'll absolutely lead him on to believing there will be after party activities. That
Well, there will be after party activities, but he probably won't participate.
that don't involve my
Or
stun
enjoy
gun and binders. And look, hey, if I mention a stun gun and binders, he might still think it's a good time.
Like you said, the things you get up to in your personal life.
I'm a beast wrangler.
Is that a stun gun in your pocket?
If you were to describe my job in kind of neutral terms, it involves wrangling big hairy creatures, usually with the use of rope binders, stun guns, or prods.
Okay, he takes you into a warehouse not far from the cantina. Through the back of the warehouse, it goes into another building through a sliding wall.
Interesting.
And inside are a couple of cots, that look to be in well repair, a number of couches, old-fashioned stove, as well as a chemical toilet off to the side, with a large steel reinforced cabinet in one corner.
Well, at least if this is not the hideout I'm looking for,
Center of the room is piled with all manners of crates and boxes,
there's a potential for loot.
and an inactive astromech droid stands in another corner.
Does it have a restraining bolt on it?
It does have a restraining bolt on it. There is a panel on the front of the droid being removed, and a portable computer wired into the droid. And you can see a screen on the computer reading configuration complete, coordinates compatible.
I don't know what that means, but I'm hoping Broom Broom's trailing me and he'll figure it out. And we'll eventually return the droid to Khalid, who he can solve the puzzle if Broom Broom can't. But I'm not going to overtly pay any attention to the droid. I'm going to look right past it if it's not there.
Okay, so he sort of tries to lead you over to the couch.
Do I...
Just stun him.
and this might be a perception or investigation roll. Do I see any cameras in the room?
No, there are no cameras in the room.
Just stun him.
Pardon? I will...
Van braid him to the back of the head.
how close are the other two?
The other two sort of have their hands all over the Rodian behind you.
Okay, I will say... at risk of...
I don't think they care.
At risk of identifying myself, I will... no, actually, that's not what I'll do. I will...
Use the Schwartz.
I will say... I'm trying to think of how I can warn the Rodian to duck in 2 seconds.
Well, she's been paying close attention to you the entire way.
You can say duck and Rodian.
she's gonna.
Actually, I might just say,
Quack.
in Rhodian, I will say, essentially what Kayana said, basically, get ready to duck.
Okay, as you just say get ready, you see 2 vibro blades slip into her hands. She'd hidden them up her sleeve.
So my intention, and I don't know how this happens in roleplay world, is I'm going to headbutt the guy that's next to me and then try and stun at least one of the guys next to me.
Give me a brawl roll.
Brawl roll. This is good.
Good
I'm
job.
good at brawl.
Good job.
Use the lightsaber.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to kill him.
Oh no, you'd have to kill her as well. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Depends on if she's the sort to dob.
So brawl is just 3 yellow
Not worth
for
the
me.
chance.
And I'm sure you can signal for the other 2 to come barreling in.
Yeah, so I was going to say, if I able to, like, press a button or something.
Well, you'd probably have a comlink open to them.
Comlink button or thing.
Yeah, the talent you need is called Stunning Blow.
Stunning blow. I don't particularly want to use up the last light side point. So I'm going to just hope and pray that I don't get a despair. But that's why I'm going to hand my dice over to Mark again.
How many purples?
There will be 2 purple because it is melee.
Yep.
It's a standard melee roll, they have no special defenses.
Sorry about making Mike use my dice, but, you know, superstitious.
Mike seems to have done so far so well.
Yeah.
These are dice that are uninfluenced by the GM. This is why I have my own dice.
They don't seem to be rolling as well as normal, but hey, you get that.
Is it a failure, or is it...
It is a success with a single advantage.
Okay.
2 successes with 1 advantage.
So I managed to headbutt him, and if I push him, I like stun one guy.
That would be only headbutting one of them.
Okay, that's fine.
And you do see that she goes.
Okay, cool.
So would Mike like to roll 3 yellow and 2 green
Holy shit.
She's got
Sounds awesome.
Nice.
versus 2 purple?
She knows her way around a vibro dagger.
So over the...
You should have had me roll these dice.
Okay, so what did you get in the top purple? I can't see it.
But I was going to say,
Okay,
over the 20 years I've seen Martin play, the dice like him.
That would be a triumph which she uses to have a second attack. So she attacks each of them with the vibro daggers and does the whole outwaist level just below. Zap, zap, zap. And those 2 seem to be out of the fight.
She turns them from
She sounds awesome.
into geldings.
Well, they had been manhandling her the whole way.
Yeah, no. They're
I do
not
not blame her.
manhandling anybody anytime soon.
And they did that to a huntress.
They've got new jobs as units.
Uniques.
Yes.
Yeah.
All I'm thinking
Very
of
true.
is a really old Mel Brooks film, of which I do not know the title. But I think it's set in Roman
It's History of the
times.
World Part 1.
There you go.
Yeah.
In which I know
Which has a TV series called History of the World Part 2
there
as
are
a sequel.
units featured
Oh,
in
I did not know that.
Came out 2 years ago.
yeah.
And full of interesting facts.
Well, Mel Brooks was also responsible, I think.
But does it
Princess
have
Bride?
Jews in space?
No, not Princess Bride. Robin Hood, Men in Tights. It's one of my favourite movies.
Well, he was in, I think he was associated with the Princess Bride in some way.
Well, that's how we found out about Kerry Elwes.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
apparently there is this guy with broken teeth trying to smile with the, I think that's a come on sort of look.
I'm a Mandalorian. That's how
Foreplay.
we. Yeah, that's how we indicate we're interested in the other gender. Any gender, romance. That's it.
And he doesn't seem smart enough to notice he's in combat.
So,
That's so funny. He's like, oh, okay, you like your house?
The poor guy's got broken teeth already. I'm just gonna pull out my blaster and stun him.
I think, well, I mean, you've indicated for me and Brewing to come in, so...
Oh, actually, instead of...
I was gonna say, we wouldn't be there yet, so I'll let you
Because
continue to roleplay.
I don't know how well he will talk with broken teeth anyway, but because I do want to get information out of him at some point, I think I'm just going to try and stick a pair of blinders on him. And if he thinks it's a part of the foreplay, that's all good.
You got enough successes for him to voluntarily put his hands in cuffs.
Done. I'll ask him.
At which point, Brum Brum and Kayana burst into the room to see Thea handcuffing the last remaining living pirate.
And
As the notice the Rhodian with 2 dripping vibro blades and wasteful heights spreading out from the 2 deceased pirates.
I will give her like a nice nod of admiration. Be like, sick.
And when I see Brum Brum, I'll nod towards the droid and say, "Can you check on the droid and see what that message means?"
So is that computers or mechanics?
Computers, probably. I'm guessing. I think with droids it's mostly computers unless you're repairing the droid itself.
Pardon?
What was that?
Computers or mechanics?
It would be mechanics to get the restraining.
Mechanics is
bolt
actually
off.
better.
Okay.
That's why I was hoping.
Sorry, I was just
Yeah.
reading what she would be able to tell you.
No, that's fine.
The Rhodian?
Mechanics.
Yes. Conversation.
4 yellow. 2 green. 2 blue. Up against.
Up against it would be 1 purple because you know what you're doing with restraining bolts.
2.
I suggest you keep that restraining bolt, by the way. They're
Yeah.
very handy.
That is a good success there. Yep, it pops off. You can tell that they have been trying to download the droid's navigational data.
You got to pocket the restraining bolt as a handy keepsake.
Sure.
You should add that to your
And the Rhodian says her name is Sukata. And she's hoping that that is R4W9 as she was trying to track him down.
I'm hoping it's R4 W9 too, because we came across J9B8 partially crushed in a trash compactor. He's been taken back to our ship to be repaired, and we agreed to help J8 retrieve his friend.
Well, if it is R4W9, she has been authorized to pay 2,000 credits for a copy of his astrogational data.
I'm pretty sure R4 will greatly appreciate that.
Okay, you managed to bring R4 online. Skipping all the extra bits. Because you didn't have to worry about tracking and getting ambushed. You did the ambushing.
Where else do you get to write dispassionately that you knocked someone's teeth out? But in a role-playing game.
See, who needs the books when we just skip over all the chapters, apparently?
Okay, so...
The author in the room needs to
I know,
say
right?
that comment.
So, the first thing R4W9 does is ask about J8B8.
I explained that we retrieved J8 from a J9, sorry, B8 from a trash compactor, which is how we found out about your circumstances, and my droid expert has taken him back to our ship to keep him online and to see what repairs we can make while we came after you.
Okay, so he does ask who uploaded new coordinates into the system, because his logs have been modified.
We think it was the guys who droid napped you.
Because it is a nearby unlabeled system with an asteroid field.
Sounds like coordinates that we'd be very grateful to have. I'll also introduce him to the Rodian and say she's interested in purchasing information from him.
And also has a file called pass.
So they uploaded coordinates near an asteroid field?
Into a system relating to an asteroid field.
Okay.
And a file called pass, which seems to be a shortwave radio broadcast system.
Sounds like a password.
He beeps happily.
Sounds like a treasure map.
Yarr!
Pirates.
So piratey around here. Arr.
And did you say it was a file called pass?
A file called pass.
I cannot express how painful this is. A file called pass. Okay, cool. I hope I've got that right. What was the Rodian's name again?
What was it?
Sukata.
Zukata. Z-U-K-A-T-A.
Z-U-K-A-T-A. Did she give a last name?
She did not. That is the only name she gives.
And she was going to buy...
And she says she's working on an atlas for her corporation.
She's working, sorry?
On an atlas for her corporation.
And she wanted to buy astrogational data off the droid.
All the droids' astrogational data.
She's drawing a treasure map.
Well, the droid does know that it has extensive maps of this region. Having not had his memory wiped while working for a smuggler before being freed.
Did she mention what her company was called and I just missed it?
You do ask, and she calls her company the Rodian Bounty Hunter Guild.
I thought you were going to say the Black Pearl or
Yeah. Look for the Black Pearl.
Says the newly educated player through her character, but aren't R4 droids vehicle droids, not astrogation droids? Is it
Yes, but this one has been upgraded.
I see. Oh.
Most R4s do not do space navigation.
Yeah, because normally it's
Planetary.
they make swearing sounds and zap things. And
Basically, when people can't afford the other droids, they upgrade the ones they can afford.
hit my ride.
Pretty much. In this case, pimp my droid. I'm sure Khalid would agree. And by this stage, Khalid and Garm have actually reached the starship in the hangar. That's how much time passed between leaving the cantina and getting these guys to the other thing.
Mm.
And R4 is quite happy to help you reach this new system.
This is good news.
As payback for his abduction and hurting of his friend.
Payback to the people who droid napped him and reparation to us, I presume you mean.
Yep.
Yeah.
At which point, he sort of he rolls over to the handcuffed guy.
Yeah, look, if if the droid has the coordinates we need to get to Bandon, we don't need the guy in handcuffs. So whatever the droid decides he wants to do, really, I consider it justice.
Okay, well, you see him sit out a shock prod and zap the guy.
Zappy, zappy.
I'm trying not to laugh. I feel like it might be in bad taste.
And the Rodian sort of is eyeing off her knives while looking at him.
Look, are we absolutely sure we don't need this guy for info? Or to get in to the base?
You could definitely probably ask him.
Okay, yeah. So before anyone kills anyone, I'm like, do you mind if I ask a few questions first?
She says, go ahead, she's happy to kill him later.
Yeah. I'll sit Darrow down and ward the droid off him. Just at least.
He has that sort of hostile, mightier than thou look on his face.
I'll say, well, unless you want me to unleash the Rodian with the knives.
He says he's too valuable, you'd never do such a thing.
I look over the Rodian and say in Rodian, don't actually kill him, but convince him otherwise.
Okay, so she throws one of her daggers and impales it right in his thigh bone.
Oof.
You can still hear it vibrating away.
So, if you'd like to keep your family jewels, tell us about Bandon and how you get into his base. I want to know everything.
Okay, I will give you a
I think I'm good
coercion
at
roll.
Coercion.
I was trying to get the word out. My brain kept saying cohesion. I was like, that's the wrong word.
That's not the word I want.
I'm okay at coercion. I'm better at charm. I get 4 green.
I will give you a free upgrade because she has definitely intimidated him.
I'll take that. What am I up against?
You are up against a staggering 2 purple. But I will also throw in a blue because he's extremely intimidated right now, though he's trying not to show it.
I want new hands. I was going to say Triumphant Mike will help, but I think there's only 1 yellow for him to work with, so...
One's enough.
You haven't got a Triumph today, have you?
Yeah.
You did for me.
Oh, yeah, okay. For you. Wrong side.
Well, she was working on your team's behalf.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
so
blue
1
one's
success
blank.
and 3 advantages.
Yep.
Okay,
Thanks.
you finally get out of him. He's a minor flunky who normally hands it off to the boss who would come and pick stuff up by his subordinates. And the droid was captured because of its extensive coordinates of the area. The boss thought it might actually have his system's coordinates, but it did not. But they rectified that.
Okay.
Because they were going to use the droid as part of their network to track down those who might try to bypass the main thoroughfares.
So we confirm that those coordinates in the asteroid belt are abandoned.
And that the code phrase is to shut down a droid starfighter that patrols the base.
That's good to know.
Droid starfighter.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Does it say what the code
Something else that we can
is?
nab.
It's the radio frequency.
Okay.
It sends out a specific frequency modulation to the fighter who takes it as a friend. You may pass. Otherwise, none shall pass.
Otherwise, there's Gandalf standing with the staff.
Right, so we get to the Gandalf starfighter.
IFF.
So when he says boss, who does he report to?
He reports to normally to a, let me see if I can get the name. He reports to a frequency and not to a person.
So, okay.
And he's got a receiver, and whenever that thing comes in, he gets his people to load the ship that broadcasts it on its entry.
If we want to get to Baden, how do we get to him?
He does tell you that he has a asteroid base in that system that the droid's been uploaded with.
Okay, so he's basically just saying his base is there, but there's no real details on how to get up close and personal with Baden.
Well, R4 does show you a map of the asteroid, showing you where the landing bay is, where various hangars are, the entirety of the network system allowing you to navigate the base, as well as where the sentry droid patrols.
Perfect.
Because, hey, they uploaded it into the droid thinking it was now theirs.
That is perfect. Well, I don't see any further use for Darrow.
And the droid does show that the sentry droid is a old Clone Wars model. The starfighter that they use to protect the base is called a Z-TIE, which is a cross between a TIE fighter and a Z-95. And that the Bandon Dubar does have a medium Corellian freighter called the Vagrant hidden in the network system.
The Millennium Sparrow.
Okay.
And that there appears to be no real warning system for the place, but the place has an atmosphere through its corridors. But the droid does recommend venting the place and killing them all.
I like
Silly
when
bad
Ford
idea.
thinks.
Yeah. I can't.
Seems he's very upset that his friend got hurt just to steal him and his maps.
His friend, I agree, got very badly hurt.
Understand.
He wouldn't have lasted had it not been for Khalid and our intervention.
And he does warn that there appears to be massive space slugs in some of the asteroid passageways. Unknown which ones, because they move about.
The space slugs are the ones that...
Try to eat the Millennium Falcon?
Yeah.
Those space slugs. Because they live in asteroids.
So we better get the right asteroid.
He does say the standard flight time with your ship should be about 20 hours.
Do we know how to combat space slugs?
Yes, don't go near.
Yeah.
Space Salt.
I
Yeah,
guess.
your firepower of your ship doesn't even come anywhere near it. Even if you put the best weaponry your ship can take, still doesn't come anywhere near
I
it.
meant maybe we could buy some sort of grenades, rocket launchers, that kind of thing. that
Maybe
might-
if you brought a Star Destroyer.
Is there such things as like nukes?
Okay, yeah.
Could you nuke the slug?
You could, but if you could nuke the slug, you'd most likely destroy the base and any evidence.
Is there anything that deters the slugs? Is it like electric prod type deal that might?
From his
My
understanding, is basically you can scan them and avoid them.
Okay.
Because from a smuggler's perspective, engaging them is going to cost you more than it's worth.
I don't want to engage them. I'm just predicting the inevitable one falls on top of our ship and then how do I deal with it?
He says unlikely. In his experience scanning them, you will pick them up long before you encounter them.
Okay, so you just got to scan for them, and if you fail at the scan again.
And because it's a life form scanner, he could pick it up long before you can identify energy signatures from the place. Life form scanning is far easier in a asteroid. energy signatures seem to bounce around and require focus. Mainly because if you're going to drill into an asteroid, it's obviously got some sort of mineral content or of value.
Well, that seems to be a very, very good outcome.
And from the looks of things, the droid has a huge amount of smuggling routes in the area that very few people know about.
Well, it looks like it'll be very handy to grab a copy of all of
Yes.
that data ourselves. I will offer the droid a fair price for his data. Just
Greatly
like the rodent,
appreciated. Yes.
Because I'm not expecting him to give us everything for free just because we saved his friend.
Well, if
So
you punish
what-
the person who hurt his friend and fix his friend, he will willingly give the data as payment.
That sounds like a fair trade.
Definitely.
So he means Darrow, right?
And the
Would you prefer we take care of Darrow, or would you like to have her?
he says, considering how many people take droids ending a sentient's life to be a affront to society, he'd prefer you to do it.
Okay, that's fine. I look to the roadie and I go, have fun.
Okay, it just takes a moment, and before you even
Unless
notice,
he knows what's done with her brother.
he's sort of slumped over at this point, as she's
She may
already
wanna
tossed the
ask
note.
this
Spurting arterial blood.
I suspect the Rodian was so accurate, she didn't get his femoral artery. She's left all the good stuff until last. But I do point out, so I will ask, does either the R4 or is it worth reviving with Stimpatch or otherwise Darrow to find out about wrote a name down somewhere, Zakata's brother.
Zakata's brother.
Yep.
You can ask him about it.
Okay, I will.
I will say that was asked before she did the.
Cougar.
Yeah. Let's go with that because as angry as she might be, that's one of the things she's looking to do.
Okay, her brother's known as Godon Netarka. And currently, the Bandin Dubar has paid him to not take in the bounty.
Okay.
Apparently, it might require lots of payments for him not to take in the bounty.
Yeah, he's not going to have as much luck with us. There's this horrible thing Mandalorians stick to, which is honor, and we made a contract. And not just that, we made it with the Hutts, which means we'd be idiots to go back on it. And we're not idiots.
Silly at times.
Oh, yeah, look. I'll put it down to this. I make bad choices.
Yeah, we all make bad choices.
But not necessarily because I'm stupid.
And you do find out that Bandin Dubar overpowered Gordon Netarka and gave him the option of being bribed not to take him in or getting executed.
I take the bribe.
He took the bribe. There was a third option, but the Rodian refused to work for him.
Yeah.
But apparently, Bandin Dubar has a thing for Rodians.
Oh, well, that's our way in.
Sure.
If Zakata wants to keep working with us.
Sure.
So I will look to Zakata and say, I don't suppose you want to keep working with us until we find this guy.
She says, sure, her blades need more work.
I'm pretty sure we're going to find plenty of that.
As you notice, she sort of hides her blades away again. She prefers to look the unarmored damsel in distress.
Yeah.
Any idea of where Godon ended up going after he got his payment?
The guy would have said he's being kept on the asteroid.
Okay, so she's coming with us anyway.
Basically, he's not letting him go until he leaves the asteroid. But the guy's promised not to, gave his word he wasn't going to take him in while he was getting his stipend.
Before we Before we kill this guy, we should question him quite heavily, if we can, obviously.
Alright,
There's quite a few bits of information this guy's likely to have.
I'm reassure Zukata and the droid that he will eventually die, but right
definitely.
now, I'll basically stick him in a sack or whatever it is to disguise him, wrap him in a robe,
No.
pretend he's drunk. You don't want him brought back to the ship?
No, I'm talking about the big bad guy.
Oh, the big bad guy.
The big bad guy.
Well, in that case, I presume everyone's okay if Zukata takes out her knives again.
Yeah, the big bad guy I think will have bits of
I
information
believe
that will be useful.
Darrow is not as valuable as he believed himself to be.
Yeah.
So he can go.
Yeah.
Well, I was reading the title they gave Bandin Dubar's second in command.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His title is Mate, Slow-Witted Tough. So apparently Bandin likes to surround himself by dumb people.
I think the way to go with Bandon is to lead him to believe that if he answers our questions, we'll let him live and we'll take a bribe, but ultimately end up killing him.
Whatever it takes, basically, to get the information I'm interested in.
Yeah.
I'm happy to go down that road.
The Gungan shoots first.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say...
Instead of Han shot first.
Yes. Yeah. My brain was trying to figure it out. It's visually a bit harder for me. But I got you. Alright, looks like we're going for a ride. I presume the Rhodium took her knives out on the overconfident guy.
Yep, she made it quick.
Really? That's kind of disappointing.
Well, she's not there to make people suffer.
Pretty sure the droid is satisfied. So
So basically the guy was dead before he even realized he was dead.
invite R4 to come with us to see how his friend is faring.
Well, she's a hunter, not a torturer.
Look, to be honest, I wouldn't have tortured him either.
And from what you're all understanding of her skills, she's what most radiant hunters aspire to be, those who don't make their prey suffer. Otherwise, why hunt it in the first place? You're there to challenge your skill, not to cause
I quietly
suffering.
confide in Zukata that personally I prefer breaking a neck. Nice, clean, fast. And you can pretend they're going to sleep.
She says she's not that strong.
I'm lucky.
No, unlike Mandalorian, she's used to using her speed and maneuverability in combat.
Oh, I'm not that lucky.
Plus, it helps her hit targets at a distance.
I practice.
Okay. So, meeting both Garm and Khalid back at the ship. They didn't have to come all the way back out for nothing.
I'm sure they're glad of
You
that.
do take the kit that Darrow had, which had 2 stim packs, a med pack, 50 credits, a large iron spanner designed for taking off restraining bolts.
What about the other two that Zukata killed?
They didn't really...
You said a wrench, did you?
Yes, a large wrench for taking off restraining bolts. He also had 2 quick draw pistols. His one sider had a heavy blaster, and the other one would have had a vibro knife, but apparently Zukata had already taken that one.
So you had 2 quick draw blasters.
Yep.
And then the heavy blaster as well.
A heavy blaster was on his second in command.
Right.
So what's a quick draw blaster?
Basically allows you to draw a blaster as an incidental.
Yeah, I think Khalid and Kai.
It's the same as having the talent quick draw.
Yeah. Oh, so they've got
And
talents.
They constitute a light blaster, or is it a?
It is a standard blaster pistol. Designed to be drawn quickly.
I might grab one of those if you guys don't mind.
I don't mind. Does anyone else not have quick draw blaster?
And inside
the
the
talent, right?
reinforced
the
steel
talent.
cabinet is another 235 credits, as well as various tools that Khalid was very interested in.
I'll take
I knew you Khalid had
As well as
the,
Brum Brum Crash would probably like the tools in there too.
maybe.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure we're gonna look at that and just say like, oh yeah, no, we're taking all this, and then kind of not knowing anything about what anything is, it's like, it's metal, I'm grabbing it.
Do you have the talent quick draw or?
Yeah, I do, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll get a quick shot blaster.
So you're grabbing the quick draw blaster?
Yep.
Okay.
Which means you don't spend a maneuver to draw a weapon in combat.
I know.
Nice.
I was just trying to look at what loot I might end up with, and it looks like none.
Well, there were two of those quick draw blasters.
No,
got
Dad's
one.
got the other one.
Well, she hands you the vibro knife she took off the other guy if you'd like it as a trophy.
No, I'm fine. I've got a vibro knife. So let's see. There's two quick draw blasters. There was the heavy blaster. There was 235 credits.
Well, you did get the friendship of a Radiant Hunter.
Mandalorian. I was hoping for a weapon, but that's okay.
She's a weapon.
True. I don't think she's going to be with me though for the rest of my life to save me from being knocked unconscious and falling to my embarrassment, even though it's part of my plan.
Well, you did save everyone else.
Did I?
Yeah, because it was going to absolutely cane anyone else it hit.
Yeah, okay.
Khalid may have survived with his higher soak, but that's may have. You got hit hard enough to take him down.
Yeah, that's all good. 235 credits. What else was in the steel cabinet?
Lots of
The
tools.
You guys, we could make them ship's tools, and that way you both get access to them.
It's various tools.
Yeah.
That's what I said, various tools. Can be
So-
used for many things.
Yeah, make it.
Just put it in the engineering section.
Yeah, well, just where the guys who use tools can get to them. On our way back to the ship, I'll give the 50 credits very, very subtly to the old lady, because I'm a softie just like Garm and Khalid. And I figure it balances my debt in terms of
Slap the old lady, take the 50 credits.
all the death spiritually, if that makes sense.
Okay.
The other 235 credits, because everyone else got weapons, I'm going to take, and I'm going to put together with the money I usually pass on for the foundlings.
Good call.
Okay, so
Oh, we've got to pay for the ship docking.
Yeah, that
and you
I've
do
already
find
paid for that.
that all the locals give you a
235
wide
won't
berth
cover it.
as you go to leave. No one seems to want to get close to you. As you walk down the street, everyone else gets out of the way. Taking down the local smuggling ring is definitely high on the threat level from the locals.
I'm more interested in the respect level.
Well, it would be a lot of respect. No one wants to delay you or become your next target.
You're not going to become a target until you put on a wanted poster or you do something.
He's never confused fear with respect. Or respect with fear.
Yeah. Better to be respected than feared. Alrighty. Make it back to ship.
Okay, so you make it back to the ship unmolested.
I don't suppose this respect equals better bargain in our docking fees.
They do half the price because you're only there for a part of the day.
So docking fees.
These guys are great.
Well, also the fact that you just eliminated the head of the thugs of the city.
Still great.
I kind of wish I'd beheaded him now, just so that.
And there's a representative from the Empire waiting for you.
Okay. Do you want to deal with the? No, you're a rebel. I'll deal with the.
No, I'm not.
Uh,
What are you talking about? How dare you?
You don't want to end up on any kind of data or photo base of the Empire.
I deal with the Empire all the time.
Do you?
A lot of my
He steals from them regularly.
trading is with the Empire.
Trading.
Yeah, it's a good way to make money.
Yeah. Do you want to? You're welcome to end up on these guys' cameras and the
It's
whole
all
bit. I'm wearing a helmet. They can't identify the hell who I am. But
Unless they said the lightsaber.
Yeah. She's got a lightsaber! Get her now!
yeah, no, it's going to take a force user to realise that that's around.
Okay, so
This one wants to go forward, so that it gets to be his problem.
Yeah, there's this guy dressed in a formal uniform.
Hello.
Greetings, stranger, he says.
My name's Gunn.
Well, nice to meet you. I have had word that you and your friends have dealt with a nuisance of the Empire here.
That's my understanding, yes.
And I offering a reward for their cleansing of his city.
That's very generous of you.
Well,
I'm sorry,
you've done.
What was your name?
Oh, my name is. Doesn't actually give me his name, but
John Smith.
I'll go with John. Will do. He is known as John.
Oh, I was going to suggest Malcolm, because that's what popped in my head.
Well, John came out first. John Malcolm.
John Malcolm. Well, it's good to meet you, John Malcolm.
It's better than John Smith.
Yeah.
Well, that would mean he had more to hide. I have to write these names down or I'll forget
Are you
them.
going to make him a John with just an M rather than a HN, just to make him different?
Sure.
And how did you spell Malcolm?
Malcome. So,
C-O-M-E.
not normal spelling.
No.
No, I don't. I just want to know how you spelled it, so I've got it down here properly.
And he gives you a 50 Imperial credits.
Thank you very much.
That won't cover docking.
And a award of valor from the Empire.
I'll make sure this goes to the right person. Thank you very much.
I want to stick that in my disguise kit.
Oh, it's going to you.
Yeah.
You can hand it out to...
Oh no, I'm going to keep it and stick it in my disguise kit. So
He gives you a full salute and thanks you for your service to the Empire.
I did the same.
And he happily walks off.
that's going to be useful if we ever have to front up pretending we're
Cat's
Empire
going-
people.
Why are people around here so nice? Like, what's going on? This is amazing. Like, walk back in and... For your efforts on behalf of the Empire, here's a
Yep.
medal.
Yep, I take that, put that in my pocket to put in my disguise kit, put my hand out for the 50 credits,
Oh, yeah.
and I put
Yeah.
that towards docking fees. Not that that'll cover it.
But hey, it brings it
Like,
down to 50 credits
you-
all up for your docking
You
fees.
didn't negotiate for a better... We took out 3 guys. It should have been 50 credits each.
I don't know what you did. He just turned up and gave me money and a medal.
A nice
So I
medal.
took them and went,
You
sweet.
took 50... I'm disappointed in you. God, that hurts my side.
So yes, the droid is happy to be getting on another ship.
I presume Khaled's kept J8B B3 or J3B8?
You
J9.
will need to get lots of pieces to put him back together again.
I've done that before.
Well, he is rather legless.
But he's stable.
He is stable.
Well, he can't move.
yeah, but you like melted his limbs, so use him as a table.
And he is one-eyed because the other eye was crushed.
Yes.
Yarr.
I feel like we should give
Put
him
a patch over it. Yeah.
Carly does learn that he was programmed by a Verpine, which is why he has most of his speech impediment.
A Verpine.
Yeah, insectoid creature.
Okay, right. I'm gonna take my Medal of Valor and stick it in my
I thought you were going to say stick it
Crate.
in his socket.
Actually
stick it
wear
in
it around
my
the place.
crate for useful things for when I have to put to disguises. Do I happen to come across a eye patch?
Sure.
I bring an eye patch
Yeah,
back and I offer it to J9 as a temporary eye masking decoration device until we replace his eye.
Is I Captain happy to take the patch?
I put the
Yep,
patch on.
Yep, and really change his designation to Smee.
Yeah.
Aw, really?
I'm just kidding.
He doesn't deserve that. Wasn't Smee incompetent?
Shouldn't it be?
Actually, depending on which one it was, especially.
Shouldn't it be
Oh, okay. Cool.
P1R8?
Yeah, P1R8
Pirate?
Yeah.
I think is...
Pirate?
Yeah, alright. Unless anyone objects,
That's
I think
the
that's-
R4 droid.
I think that's an awesome designation. You think the R4 droid doesn't need it. He's not ours. I
They
don't
can
think-
keep their names. They're independent
Yeah.
droids.
They are.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
We could suggest it to them.
Yeah.
Well,
Tell them they need disguise names.
The nicknames are a thing as well. So. Yeah.
Well, we could tell them it's a part of, this new branch in their journey of life. And that, as in human culture, we often take on new and different names to mark different parts of our journey.
well,
That's not entirely untrue.
J9B8 says he has been called Jailbait quite a lot.
Yeah.
Or just bait for short.
I really think you should probably change it.
And I can't believe how quickly I came up with that.
So,
Well,
so do you like the
J9B8.
idea of
P1R8.
SM33?
Pirate.
Sorry, what was that, Ross?
SM33.
Go on.
Yes, except that one's already taken.
I was
That
gonna
was a
say.
different name. I think they actually named it differently.
I think it is SM33 though.
Yes,
isn't
it is.
it? On,
It is. I thought they had put a C in it.
No.
It
No,
was
it's
SM33.
SM33, yes, that's taken already.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to change his name.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, just keep it as B9.
J9.
B9.
J9B8.
I'm thinking battle droids.
So from his perspective, he's used to being called Bait.
Okay.
B9. B8.
B8.
So Bait.
You know I'm going to say B8 because I'm old school.
I'll be sure to introduce myself to our new companions. Attempt
Oh my
to
God.
be friendly and help them and all the good things that friendly, helpful people do.
Why are you laughing? You've got to tell us now.
What?
As long as he doesn't get to be the master of the ship, because then he's master.
Master Bait.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ignored that factor.
You're
It's just
sure
funny
you
because
can't
technically
change his
Mike
name?
isn't on camera, so all I see is all of your guys' heads turned towards him.
Oh God.
There you go. Yeah.
Sorry you didn't get to see the full profile of it because Mike really was struggling.
Oh no, it's okay.
Mike was going red as he was trying to hold it in. That's why I'm like, it's It just like his suggestion, it's always better if you get it out than keep it in. Sorry, that's
Well, it
gross.
seems like we have some new friends. We have a treasure map, and we're going on a pirate adventure.
And you're introduced to the Rhodian Sukata.
Pretty good, pretty good. She's awesome, honestly. I love her.
Otherwise known as
That's
Captain
what's
Hook.
going on. Just trying to think of.
Looking mostly harmless.
Mostly
Yeah.
harmless.
Rhodians are rarely seen as harmless.
No, they're...
But she looks completely unarmed and dressed very feminine for a Rhodian.
Well, the guy that she killed is unarmed.
But yeah, aren't they, like, primarily bounty hunters?
They have a hunting culture.
Yeah.
So each of them are taught to hunt as children.
Yeah, they are.
And some of them excel at it.
They're kind of like the Trandoshans, but less offensive.
Oh, no,
Since
that
the
could be very
Trandoshans
effective.
tend to only go for walkies or.
Well,
particularly
Trandoshans,
Trandoshans, sorry.
Trandoshans share the system with Wookiees, so that's their primary hunt of coming of age. Whereas the Rhodians will hunt anything.
I believe in an equal sharing rule. You know what I mean.
And she seems to speak rather clear basic, which is not unusual amongst Rhodians, but it's also not unusual for them to pretend they can't speak it at all.
Make life a little bit easier in certain circumstances.
Oh yeah. Particularly when you're being hit on by
That was
very
weird.
Which was
overconfident.
actually written up in the module. That they would try to hit her up and she would try to seek someone to interpret for her. Just that Ariadne had put herself right in the position to make it perfect.
Yes.
Happy to provide interpretation services whenever she likes.
Okay, so you were given the droid plugs himself into your computer and primes your astrogation system. Beeping to you that the coordinates are inputted and ready to go.
Presume Cicada doesn't have her own ship.
She came in via transport dropping her off.
Public transport, yeah. That's okay.
And if she needed assistance, you'd just radio and get someone to pick her up.
Did she have any baggage or anything that we needed to collect?
She travels light.
Or we could have collected it on our way.
I've got my knives. That's all I need.
Pretty much that's what she carries is her knives and her money. And her clothes seem to be blood resistant.
Pretty sure I've got a spare vibro
Not,
sword.
no stain on her whatsoever. Go ahead.
Is her vibro knives paired?
They are.
Ooh.
Which is how come she was able to strike two with a triumph.
Cool.
As she emasculated two guys in one
You've
go.
written down that you've got a
Oh, yeah.
quick draw
Yep.
blaster? Yep.
Yep.
And I know mine. Because it's important to have that in your gear for when you're next in combat.
Well, very
We need to
nice,
give
very
you
nice.
at least some sort
Is
of...
she pissed that her brother's a sellout?
Well, she's glad her brother's not dead, but she would rather hear his side of the story.
Look, I think given the choices he was given, taking the bribe and then waiting for an opportunity to attack or change his mind about it is...
Either that or he's aware that his sister will come and look for him.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Wait until circumstances change to his favour is not a bad or unwise decision.
Okay, so you've got 20 hours of travel to the unnamed system. It's just got a reference number, no actual name. And the Rhodian's happy to practice with her knives in one of the cargo holds.
I was going to say, I'll put aside a space for her to bunk. Unless someone's happy to share with her. I can't let her into my quarters. I can't let anyone into my quarters. There's shit in there.
If she needs a place to, I don't know, sleep or whatever, I don't know. She could have my room.
I will introduce her to the Lothcats, so the Lothcats know she's okay to be on the ship?
I want to.
They are quite affectionate.
Cicada, this is Iggy, this is Quill.
She coos over the cute kitties. Sort of reverting straight to Rodian about how cute they are.
I'm sure they will
Hunt one. What?
keep you warm.
Her reference of them are great hunter stalkers.
Oh, indeed.
Mm.
They have very intelligent animals.
I'm going to take some time to practice with my new pistol.
So you do notice with her practicing, her vibro knives actually have a upgrade to them. They will come back to her if she throws them.
Nice.
Oh, really?
I love these.
How does that work?
Okay.
She has basically things in her hands that will bring them back.
Yeah. I'd say some sort of like, not necessarily magnets, but link. If I see her practicing, I'll pull out my vibro knife and ask her for some tips.
Well, she does refer to how she modified these herself, because why throw a knife if you can't get it back?
Mm.
This is where I just bring Carlet over and just be like, this, I want this.
Yeah, no. Carly gets dragged over by both
of them.
Mandalorians, and we're like, we need the upgrade. How do we get? Can you do the upgrade, please? Upgrade? No? Upgrade?
That talks you through how you can incorporate the receiver into your gauntlets.
It's so cool.
Because it's not a cybernetic, it's actually just a glove.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so, Carlet, upgrade. Please.
There's also how she can make it pop into her hands from her
So now
sleeves.
sound like Captain Kirk.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say
Sounds
both.
like that she's a bounty hunter, assassin, gadgetee.
She sounds cool. It's I was gonna say I believe both they and I have fan braces, so something can happen with those potentially.
Well, your van braces are more on your wrist. These are more that wrap around your hands so that the handle connects to your hand.
Ah.
It's the equivalent
that's
of
cool.
having telekinesis and pulling a weapon into your hand without actually using force powers. Because, hey, bounty hunters like to cheat.
So, Thea's got this kind of fantasy scene that she doesn't really share with everyone, where she's like, well, technically I don't need it, I can just force power that shit back. But I don't mention it out loud, I just think about it.
And hey, if you do get the technology, people could just think you're using the tech.
Exactly.
Especially if the rest of your team's doing it.
It'd be a great cover. But
Absolutely.
at the same time, thinking more logically and about how use of force powers attracts force users, good or bad. If I've got the technology to do it, why use the force power? Unless the technology fails, which is the only time I'd be tempted.
Well, the force power allows you to guide it around corners. The technology is straight backwards.
Making a mental note. I'm making a note of that so that if I need to get someone that's around the corner, I'm going to make everyone look the other way while I do it.
But that was how she did the whole drop into her hand and stab people. Because it was literally activating the handles. And because of the way the thing's done, it always comes handle first into the hand.
So does that have an official sort of name in the book? Technology?
It does not. It will get updated later.
Okay, cool.
It's just a upgrade for melee weapons. Allows you to pull it from a short distance.
Melee boomerang.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm happy to take any tips until I upgrade my gloves, if she's got any to pass on.
She does have various ways of using weapons that you can throw and pull back as distractions, as well as hitting things that aren't expecting it. If you miss the target intentionally and pull it back into the back of their head to knock them out. Because it doesn't come back blade first, it always comes back hilt first.
I'm gonna sidle in while
That way it doesn't stab you.
Gun's practicing with his blaster, and then I'm going to give him helpful tips on how to improve his aim. And hopefully speed up his training.
And she does say she might be able to offer some jobs from the Rhodian Bounty Hunter Guild.
I was hoping she would say that.
Basically, clean-up jobs, not actual missions in their own right.
Yeah, no, I figured that.
Unfortunately, all missions have to go through a full guild member first. But
Yeah.
assisting a guild member in trouble always gets priority to outside members. Less embarrassing to the guild member that way.
Okay.
And Mandalorians have also been at the top of their list of assistance calls. So you will be arriving in system as the end credits roll.
Just before the end credits roll, while Khaled's working in his workshop, they'll walk in there carrying MT-70 with all the required parts and sit MT-70 on the desk and say, I need a little help with finalising the
Please
repair."
assemble.
I'm
No,
like,
well,
"Yeah."
the thing is, I can also jury rig it so they actually are working.
Well, she's acquired all the parts required to get him back up to
Yeah.
fully operational without jury rigging.
So I've spent I'm not quite sure how much time, but I think about the last several months getting all the parts.
About 10 to 20 sessions at least.
Yeah, since we found MT-70 and he's been in my room and I have conversations with him and keep him company, but he's effectively not very operational. But I finally got all the parts thanks to, I think it's Bail Organa gave me the harness. And so now I just need someone to put it all together so that he can be fully functional. I want my puppy to work so he can follow me around.
And by the looks of things, a lot of these parts are in as new condition.
Oh, I've been working on them for ages. Like getting them.
Some of them are almost impossible to get, but you're getting them as new, unlike most of the time you get them refurbished.
We'll put it this way, I've paid. Not necessarily in money, but definitely in downtime.
Okay, does anyone else want to add anything before we go to end credits?
I'm all good.
Okay.
The loth cats wave with their ears as we sign off.
I thought they tilt their head then do their little ear waves.